Eh, no social awareness sometimes. Just bang, bang,
Doing
clink.
whatever.
Yeah. Okay,
We do this.
Chris wants to let you know that he's now upset because that song is stuck in his head and he can't get it out now.
Well, if you can tell him to go watch the newest video that I'm about to post, that includes a salsa version of "We Are Charlie Kirk."
Oh, you'll have to watch Matt's newest video.
Okay.
I'm not giving additional context for that one. Hi, Lynette. Oh, hold on. All right. Hi, everybody. It's what day is it? It's A day.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, turn down your phone volume. What is actually wrong with you?
So much. Like,
Yeah.
so many things. I can't even.
Yeah. Super Shadow Gaming? No. No, I would not call myself a centrist. I used to, and then I'm like, I'm truly, truly not. So I don't do that no more. It's Friday for you, Moose, because you are like, how many hours ahead are you in Australia? Several.
A bazillion.
Several. Guys, okay, so what was I gonna say? I really didn't dive too far into the news today. I'll be honest with you guys. So I don't have anything interesting there. We can still go over some stupid shit from from yesterday from with Trump, which is, always never a new thing. But we'll go ahead and remind everyone of this, all right? Hi, guys. So this is Matt, my good friend Matt. He wasn't with us last month because, I don't know, he was busy or something.
You canceled on me.
Last month? No, I didn't.
Because you went out of town. You canceled on me. Ari. We were scheduled and then you went out of town, which is fine, but don't put it on me.
That's possible. I don't know about this. Hi. What? I don't know about this. Hold on. We're gonna
Oh my goodness.
pulling up the calendar. Think I will find myself of things.
Ouch.
What? Anyways, I think it'll let me see. Let's see. No, gotta scroll back. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. He's correct because I canceled both. I canceled my Wednesday night and I canceled my Thursday night. You are correct. Not fake news. Accountability.
Just say it.
Hey, listen, we acknowledge it. But that is true, Sean. The Islamic Republic of Japan is sending us Godzilla.
They really are. Through
I mean,
the
they
Strait of
should.
Hormuz.
Wouldn't it be the Strait of Fiji?
Wouldn't it be the English Channel at this point? I mean, he's just like
Oh,
throwing random shit
that
out
is
there.
possible. 111 missiles. Yeah, I know. Super Shadow, the best way I could describe it for you is going to be secular humanist. So, I hope that helps. You'll probably have to look that up. Most people do. Hell, I had to look it up the first time I heard it, and I was like, oh, that's a good way to think about that. So if you guys are a Trump supporter or you are a Republican supporter, please call the number on the screen. I'll talk to either one of you. If you didn't vote for some reason and you are considering voting in the upcoming election, sure, we'll talk to you too, depending on how crazy you get. Well, I'll put it that way. But more importantly, everybody on TikTok should know Matt. We're gonna bring up his account here. So hello, computer being slow. There we go. Perfect. I actually don't know Lenati. It's like I'm meeting him for the first time.
Who is that?
Yeah, who is this person on the screen? But if you guys are watching on YouTube, you can find the link to his channel over in the description. And you do officially have a Twitch now, right?
I do actually. Yep, and that can be found in my link tree. So either way, yeah.
So, but it's the same name, right?
Yep, all the same.
There you guys
same
go.
Across the board now.
Type it in there. Did the U.S. Appeals Court rule that the Stop the Woke Act in Florida was unconstitutional? I don't know. Florida Stop the Woke Act. It sounds so dumb.
Funny. It's so dumb.
Appeals Court slams door on Florida Stop Woke law championed by DeSantis.
Yeah. They said it violates the First Amendment because it does.
Sorry, that's hilariously stupid. This timeline is so dumb. I freaking love it. And just
does it bother you as much as it bothers me the way that they try to shoehorn the names so that they can be like those acronyms, so it can be like something like woke or like this or that, like that bothers the fuck out of me.
There was another one that they have where they were trying to the Mamdani Act in Congress.
Or the Pelosi Act.
Oh, the Pelosi one, I still think that's just funny. Like it was even more iconic when she was like, "Oh, I endorse this."
Yeah, she's like, I'll vote for that.
I'll vote for that. Let's go. It's my name. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Let's go. And then they're like, "Oh, let's change the name." Read the opinion on the lone dissenter. Oh God, Florida. Oh God, I already closed it out. Florida, Stop the Woke Act.
Oh no, Mr. Nice Guy says that we're the radical left. Oh no.
I don't know what that is. Please explain it to me by calling the number on the screen.
This is delightful.
This is hilarious. Okay. No, go away. I don't like ads. 2-1 decision. Oh, there we go. This should give me the opinion. Oh, dissent. What's the line I'm looking for? Oh, no. I did a thing. That wasn't supposed to happen. You need to tell me what line I'm looking for, though. Hi. I closed something. Ooh, thank you for the sandcastle. That was cool. Hello? What just happened? There. Oh, no, that's not the right one. Ooh, thank you, Moose, for the meteor shower. Okay. Let's try to look here. I just wanted to know. Opinion of the court. Blah, blah, blah. Where is the dissent? You can talk too, by the way, Matt. This isn't a,
I know. That was way. Thoughts on Jaylen? I don't want to talk about Jaylen Brown. That shit's sad. I don't want to talk about it now. It's sad. No, it's awful. And then Ari doesn't know anything about that, so we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, thank you for understanding the look on my face.
Ari, I say Jaylen Brown and Ari, that just goes. So
Yep.
there you go.
I have no idea what's
Um,
happening.
yeah, exactly. So, but I'm glad you guys are here. I've noticed that we've got close to 300 people over here on TikTok. We've got people coming in on the tube. I see um, that there's people watching, and yet there's nobody calling. Which I'm wondering if that means that everybody just agrees with us now. I think that is what that means. So,
They definitely
hmm,
disagree with us now.
yeah, everyone agrees that Trump is in fact ruining America. Um, yeah, that's pretty. Cats, K cats, they are very scared. I mean, we all know that. Come on.
I think what's this is hilarious is that the opinion of the court is already like the main opinion of the court. Apparently they wrote theirs and they were skewering the dissent. A few words about the dissent. Our decision today does not authorize, quote, viewpoint discrimination under exceptional exceptions created, interpreted, and enforced by the judiciary, end quote. Dissenting opinion at 32. To the contrary, like they're already like the dissent also attempts to clothe itself in originalism without offering any originalist inquiry. Like they're already just like, we already know what the dissent said, and we're ripping you apart as we are going. Like, this is hilarious. I don't. This is great. I'm just trying to get to the dissent itself. I'm gonna have to read this later, but our task here is to not decide what the state should do, but what it may do. The opening line. 55 to
What?
54 to 55. Oh, what? Dissent 55 is crazy. Hold on, let's see. Because plaintiffs have not shown a likelihood of success on the merits of individual Freedom Act, unconstitutional, I respectfully dissent. The IFA makes it an act of discrimination on the basis of race, color, national origin, or sex to subject any student or employee to training, instruction, or that espouses, promotes, advances, inoculates. No.
No.
Inculcates, sorry, or compels beliefs in any of 8 concepts. Those concepts are members of one. All right, this is a lot. Anyway, I'll have to read this later. That sounds crazy. Oh, not on 55. Gosh dang it. We do have someone. Polymarket guy. Do you know who that is?
I think so. I mean, we might as well.
Do I want to know? That's always my biggest question. Is like, do I want to know? Okay, real quick, guys, before we start conversations up here. Friendly reminder, the expectation in live is to get 50,000 likes every 30 minutes. We've been on for 14 minutes, so TikTok, y'all know the drill. Be sure to be double tapping that screen. If you are attempting to join the guest requests, forget it. Call the number on the screen. I'm not taking TikTok guests like ever because y'all are strange. So you will call the number on the screen. We'll answer it after you go through my auto screen because it'll auto screen you literally, and then we'll answer you. Okay. So, oh, Lex, you want to know about my cat? Oh, okay. So the reason why, okay, short story. The reason why I have a vet fund that is continuing is because so far I've already spent about $1,200 on my cat Safari because she was recently diagnosed so far with hypertension. They're hoping that's all it is. It might actually be more and worse than hypertension. We're just trying to get her blood pressure down to a normal level to see if that's even possible. The medication for what we're doing right now, the medication is $140 a pop. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's her blood pressure got so high that she popped blood vessels in her eyes. So, her eyes are good. Luckily, I went and took her to a specialist and that was bad. So, That's why I have that up here. Also, if we meet the goal, then that makes sure my people that are helping me run and produce the show get paid. So we'll put it that way. So that's if this goal is met, then it helps make sure people get paid for their time as well. So because we do crowdfunding here.
That would be great.
Hey, Try, I know you want to cry, but you're still in my guest request, so we'll just go ahead and do this for you because you're so sad. You're so sad. Okay. Sean in Arizona, how are you doing today? Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I did a thing. Okay. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. Um, what did you want to call in and talk about today about Trump or the economy or something?
Well, thank you. I would fundamentally say, right, I disagree with sort of the prompt at hand here. I think for me specifically, it has been going pretty good, right?
Great.
You know, I know, right? And we're pretty big. So I think, did I already speak to you? Do I have to? I'll kind of reiterate myself. So for the past few years on this on an app called Polymarket, a free open trade sort of betting and selling thing, you can bet on current events, as you can see. Not sponsored, but you should download it. And for the past sort of couple of years, I've been sort of betting and trading on the things Trump is saying, and it is getting me some pretty big money. And I think that is personally making me a pretty good, doing me pretty good.
Huh? Oh, okay. Good for you. Hey, Dolphin.
What was that?
How do you feel that you're making money for Eric Trump and Don Jr.?
Make. What do you mean specific? How specifically?
By engaging in Polymarket because he's on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So how
I
do you
mean,
feel that you're making the money?
oh, I mean, we make money from everybody, right? You go to Walmart and you make money for Walmart. You know, no matter where you go, you're going to be making money for big corporations and billionaires. It's kind of sad how it
Is
is,
that an
but
answer
at the
to
end
the
of
question that I asked you?
kind of, I would say it's an answer.
How is that a direct answer to the question that I asked you?
I mean, I think it's true. I mean, I feel indifferent if you want a word about it. I don't feel positive, negative. You know, everybody got to get their dough. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Okay. So you
and
like
like I said,
Polymarket. So are you saying you might have a gambling problem?
no, I've actually been hitting it pretty big. Actually, I think I've discussed this with the partner that you are doing this live with. I've discussed this with him before, um, and
We
I
didn't
would
actually
consider.
discuss this because what I said was is that I think that is a silly reason to have if you wanted to discuss like actual like policy and politics, that's fine. But if your entire reason for voting for Donald Trump is I like Polymarket and I can make money off of Polymarket, um,
Cool, you could have done that under any president.
like hey, I made a bunch of money betting DraftKings under Obama with the Patriots.
Ooh.
Does that mean
Well, I
that
mean,
Barack Obama was a great president, or that like that doesn't? Who fucking cares, right?
well, for me, I'm specifically betting on the actions that he himself takes, right? So the
Yeah,
thing
I
you're talking
understand
about
that.
is,
We get that, and we don't care. That's what we're saying. So, do you have something real that you'd like to talk about?
I mean, I would say it's a valid reason, right? We're individual. This is a country built on individualism, and so I think that's really, you know, kind of sort of what I'm getting at right here, right? You know what I mean? And I think that, I mean, you could say things about policy and such. I mean, I did actually bet on if the BBB would pass, and I actually got a pretty good turnout for that.
So, like,
I didn't.
what would have stopped you from being able to bet on the actions of anyone else being president? Like, let's just say Jill Stein managed to win the election. instead of Trump? What would have stopped you from betting on Jill Stein's actions as president?
I mean, a lot more risk, I would say, definitely. I think with Trump, it's a little more predictable what he'll do, what he'll
Did
say.
you
Or
vote
Jill
on the
Stein,
Iran war?
I actually did. I actually made a little bit of. I was gonna say no. I actually lost a little bit of money on that, but I actually did. I actually got it back through some other other deals. I actually did. That was actually a big one to me. I didn't really expect that one to happen, which it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like war, like nothing ever happened, but yeah, you know what I mean? Something happened.
You're saying that that you're betting on Trump because he's predictable, when in fact he's literally gone against everything that he said he was going to do in the campaign. Dude, nothing that you're saying lines up. Why don't you just admit that you're trying to show for Polymarket?
I wouldn't say I'm like. I would say that I think it is a
Why
good
don't
way
you
to
just
make
admit
money.
that you're trying to shill for Polymarket? Because nothing that you're saying adds up. Nothing makes sense. And if this is your reason why you quote unquote voted for Donald Trump, Ari just completely fucking destroyed it, because she explained that if you voted for Kamala Harris or Jill Stein or whoever the fuck, the same thing would have happened. Actually, if you voted for Kamala Harris, you would have had a much better chance of having stable bets if that's what you were going for. And as somebody who has
Yep.
gambled before, that would be the thing that you were looking for if you were trying to have long-term gains.
Well, I think that is also a difference of like philosophy of betting. I'm more of a high
So
risk,
why
high
are you
reward
shilling for
person.
Polymarket?
Because he has a gambling addiction.
I'm not
Or are they
necessarily.
paying you to
I'm
come
not
on here
calling.
and talk about Polymarket? Okay, great. So
See,
let's not talk about
I think.
Polymarket. What do you like besides Polymarket?
What do I like besides
Don't
Poly
talk about
Market?
Polymarket again. So let's leave Polymarket behind. What is Donald Trump doing that you like besides Polymarket?
Let me kind of think here. I wouldn't say much. No, not of anything. I mean, the 250 fight was
Weird.
why'd you
I
bet
mean, the
on
250.
do you like the fact that a war started?
No, I said I lost money on that. I voted no. I lost money on that because I didn't think he was gonna do it.
Ah.
Yeah, I stated prior I lost money on that, and the fight was like aesthetically pleasing, right? Although I did bet on that, and I did actually win it big. So I really do kind of bet on everything he kind of does, because you can bet on anything. And, actually pretty decent turnout on that. So you know, we are individualists at the end of the day, right? I think we gotta like kind of remember that, and everyone has their own personal reasons, right? And I think, no matter what, I think a lot of people's personal reasons are valid. You know what I mean? I think we can agree that my reasoning is valid.
So, how much money are you up?
32,000. Well, was 32,000. So it's sort of like a reciprocating door. You get the money, then you immediately put it into another bet, and it's sort of like a portfolio. You know what I mean? Like how you get like a
Yeah,
stock
it's
portfolio.
called having a gambling addiction.
Well, here's the thing. I keep winning, right? So it's not like
That doesn't
even
mean that
even if
it's
it was
any less of an addiction. And how do you
but it,
feel when you win? Do you get like this endorphin rush and makes you feel good and then you're looking for your next bet?
um that is one way to describe it, but it's not an addiction, right? I
It's
mean,
a
like,
gambling addiction. If
I
you feel good and then you're looking for your next bet because you felt good, you're looking for your next quote high.
it's not like that's the only thing that can there's other things that give me dopamine too. Like, you're hanging out with your family, or having like an energy drink or something. Like, there's like other things that get my it's not like I need to gamble every second, but it's like a side hustle. You know what I mean? Because this is for like obviously eventually, I'm gonna
Hey,
have to
just
retire
because
someday.
somebody says they're not addicted to a substance, does that mean that they're not addicted to a substance?
No, but I like to believe
Oh,
people.
okay.
I like
So
to believe people.
just
It's always good
because
to.
you're I'm sorry, Dennis. Um, just because you say you're not addicted doesn't mean that you're not addicted.
But I personally, like, I always like to look at the good in people, or the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of, I want to believe people. I really want to see the good in a lot of people. So, I might not. There might be a little thing in the back of my head that says, "Hey, don't believe them." But do I think that they could help? That they could change? That
Hey, then I have
is
I have a challenge for you, Sean. Okay? I challenge you. Okay? I challenge
yeah.
you to withdraw everything you have in Polymarket and uninstall the app for 1 month.
Well, that's like saying, "Hey, don't stop investing in your 401k. Like this money is going to go to somewhere good one day." Like,
Cool.
whether
Then
it
then even
be
better, even better. Actually, then even better. Then here's my other challenge for you, okay? So you're going to take all of your money out of Polymarket, put it in a short-term CD because they have high yield short-term CDs, and uninstall Polymarket. You don't have to cancel your account, uninstall, just put it in a short-term high yield CD or a short-term high yield savings account. If you have $36,000, you should be able to find a high yield savings account that's already going to start off
yeah,
with a 5%
yeah,
APR. So at least
definitely.
a 5% APR. So withdraw everything in Polymarket, uninstall the app, put it in a high yield savings account. Don't reinstall it for a month.
And then after a month, I'll take that money out and then put it back in. Is what you're saying?
No, I mean, after a month, see how you feel.
What? How much did you start with?
How much do I start with?
Yeah.
Well, depends. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. You kind of reset every now and then. So I
No,
originally
no,
started
no.
with
What was
about.
your original investment? How much did you put into the app?
I put about 15 grand in there at first.
Cool. So you started with $15,000, right? So if we
Yeah.
look at that, what you're looking at right now is you got 21,000. So then, and then, okay, got it. And then, cool. Okay, got it. So you basically, yeah. So you basically just done a little bit more than double your money in that period of time. How much do you do on an average bet?
How much do I win on average bet? It depends on the risk, obviously. Anywhere from
No, how much do you
500
put
to.
on an average? But not how much do you win? How much do you risk?
How much do I risk? At most, I try to risk about 250 to 2005, 2,500. I'd say is the max I've ever
Okay,
betted
so
on a
25.
bet.
Okay, great. So 2,500. And then how often do you do that in say in a month?
I 2,500. I specifically 2,500. I only do 2,500 maybe like 5 or 6 times a month. Nothing
Okay,
crazy.
so 5 or 6. Great. So 5 or 6 times a month. So you're talking about spending $10,000 a month. Okay? That's
Yeah.
very interesting. If you went in on the S&P 500, actually, if let's say you went in on the Nasdaq. Let's say if you went in on the Nasdaq right now and you just put it into a blind index fund, your average rate of return would be 17%. So if you just sat your money there, okay? Just sat your money there. Just sat basically. You could cruise and you wouldn't have to worry about your bets hitting or about any of this bullshit because you'd be investing in the Nasdaq, which would be a pretty safe bet. Or you could do like what Ari said. You could do a high yield. You can do a bunch of different things, but that's a lower risk than betting on something that we all know is not predictable, right? So the only thing that you're
No.
doing here is you're just telling everybody that, look, if the only thing that you're doing here is if you say you want to keep doing it, keep doing it. But what you're telling us is that you just like to gamble. That's it, dude. I mean, I'm sorry, and also, it's not necessarily a character flaw because addiction isn't that, but like, you should probably acknowledge that if that's something that you just really like to do and you're not going to stop doing it, and you can't realize that you could make consistent returns doing something else with your money. And by the way, this is coming from somebody who goes to Las Vegas one weekend a year and brings a set amount of money and goes, I'm going to lose this money. And that's it. And I'm fine with that because I understand that gambling means I'm going to lose that money, and I will enjoy the entertainment value of losing it. Now, do I win sometimes? Sure. Do I lose sometimes? Sure. But that's gambling. Any real gambler will tell you that that's it. And the ones that are like, oh, you can, over time you can blah blah blah, and look at my system, they're just trying to sell you their system. They're lying.
Kind of sounds like you, Sean. I'm just encouraging you, right, Sean, to find a better way.
I'm very happy that you guys are like willing, or not willing, okay, that might be pushing it, but suggesting options, right, and things like that. And for the thing, Dennis, I would like to say, right, when it comes to like stuff like Vegas and stuff, the problem is that is like sort of already inherently rigged before you even walk in or sit down, right?
So is Polymarket, and so is Kalshi. And if you don't understand that Polymarket and Kalshi are rigged against you with their odds, then you're really not doing your due diligence, my friend.
Well, I mean, in the sense where it's when you play a game or whatever, right? There's already sort of is that, well, Kalshi and Polymarket, right? Well, a current event is going on, right? You can vote on a Senate race right now or a representative race right now.
That's not a good thing. I don't know why anyone thinks that's a good thing. I truly, truly don't get it.
As an example, right? I'm using it sort of as an example, right? Where
I liked it better when we couldn't bet on elections.
Why? I mean, why would you say?
Why? Because I think it's dumb.
Well, I mean, I guess like that's like sort of just. I can understand where you would see sort of the problems with it. The same way like a baseball player can't bet on like their own ball they're gonna throw. But the problem with it, right, is that like it is a voter's vote is like, are there gonna be enough people who are actually gonna like bet on it and like turn it? Like I know I made a big turnout from it, but do you think how many 70 million people were doing that? Probably not. Okay, and it's like, why shouldn't I be able to bet on these things? Right? It is the world
No
around
one's
us.
saying that you can't bet on the. I think that the idea, right? Like you already said it, right? A baseball player can't bet on themselves, right? And I say that I don't think that we should be able to bet on elections and somehow add an extra influence in on the election cycle, right? Because now someone's looking at the betting market, maybe they're going to toss their own bet on there, and that's going to decide who they end up voting for because they see the odds are in their favor. So then they're go out and vote that way. And maybe they put $2,500 on the candidate they want to vote on, and then they don't win, right? Like it's not a good metric, right? It can breed corruption, and I think it's another instance of money in politics. And I think that needs to stop.
And not only that, Ari, to your point, because what you're saying is so spot on. In June, Polymarket was found in a Wall Street Journal investigation to have faked $2 million in bets across 1,100 videos. What they did was they paid college kids to post fake winnings and to put up fake posts being like, oh, look, I won money. And so what they're doing is they're literally trying to manipulate the market. So if Polymarket and Kalshi can do shit like that, they're literally manipulating the market.
That's
So
insane.
that is insane. So if they can do that, what's stopping them from doing it in election races or in anything else? You're literally just buying into fraud at this point.
Well, I mean, if you look at almost any polling on news stations, they're referencing the betting markets. Like they'll say that these are the odds because of the betting markets. And again, that's going to put that in people's ears or in their brain that I'm going to go vote for this person because the odds are showing fucking, I don't know, let's just say Thomas Massey or Ken Paxton, right? Like it's showing them. And so then they want to go vote on that. But John, I encourage you to take all your money out of Polymarket, install it for a month, see how you feel. A month at minimum. Give yourself a 30 days away from it. Truly.
I'll
Because
give
you
it
don't
a.
really support Donald Trump. You just like being able to bet on his actions.
I mean, hey, you can too. I think you should probably start doing it.
Nope, because I don't get addiction. I don't want to get involved in addictions like that. So, in potential addictions, because yes, they are a mental health issue. They are. People literally go and get treatment for it because it is an issue. Also, dang, I missed it. I was looking away, Chris, when you sent that the Sea of Love. I'm so sorry. If someone else can send one, that'd be cool. Yeah, gambling is probably one of the more troublesome addictions because it's you can lose all of your money in one go and destroy your entire livelihood. And I think that
Destroy your life.
that's
It's terrible.
yeah, you can lose your house, lose your car, lose your entire family. It's just insane. So it's probably one of the worst ones. But actually, I don't know because the other ones you can die. So I kind of hold on. That's all of them suck. We'll just say it that way.
They're all bad, but
Yeah,
but
they
in
all
this in this
hurt.
particular context, guys, yeah, it's just terrible. Please consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Awesome.
My name is Michael Francis. It's very nice to talk to you and Ari today.
Okay.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about the title of the stream is Trump is Ruining America. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, that's it.
Well, have you considered maybe it's not Trump, but it's maybe people in organized groups such as labor unions and or, like maybe not unions specifically, but like conglomerates and shit like that, like the NAACP or APAC or this or that that's maybe actually kind of fucking over our lives?
Sports commissions are ruining
The,
America?
the NAACP is the National Advancement Group for Colored People.
He did say that. He said the NAACP. That's I almost
my
heard the
bad.
NCAA. I almost heard the
I was
NCAA
like, wait.
too. I get what you. I get what you. I get why you. I get why you said that too. No, he did say the NAACP. I know, but also, but Ari, to be fair, it's equally as ridiculous because I'd love to know how the NAACP is doing that. Please explain.
Well, it's giving niggers rights. That's sort of the problem.
There it is. There it is. Right
All
away.
right. You're doing great, my guy.
I do love the TikTok shop though so much.
Yeah, we like that. Matt bought a nice book on the TikTok shop. Should always be
You guys
worried
can find
about
this in my showcase. Right here.
it's actually really sad that I get worried about people calling in from North Carolina because of shit like that.
Awesome.
Luis, thank you. Oh, I have a couple of other thank yous. Me and the cat and my pick, his name is Crumpet. Wish your kitty a speedy recovery. Keep up the exhausting and crucial work. Thank you so much. Yeah, she's got an appointment on Friday. And they're gonna run all of the panels again. Lillian, thank you for the 20 said for helping the cat. And also thank you, Amanda, for the 20 with a heart. So I appreciate you both so much for that. Again, it helps me take care of my cat and also help me pay my employees. So yeah, I also Oh, did I offend you by saying something about North Carolina? Listen, I live there, so I can have all of the opinions I want in that regard. So, you're welcome. Oh, Jay. Jay, it's always you. It's always you. It's always you. Hi, Lala. No sign of what's his name yet, Lala. Though you got a lot of screenshots yesterday. Hi, how are you?
Excellent.
Awesome. And what's your name?
N.
Okay. And how old are you for terms of service?
50.
50. And why are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Because he's doing a phenomenal job. I'll give you specific examples if you like.
Yep, start with
fantastic
one.
job. Okay, so he's dealt with Venezuela. He's dealt with Iran. Cuba's up next.
Two.
The economy is doing better.
What's the number
Inflation's
one?
gone down. Gas prices are stabilizing. Any more examples?
Oh no, I figured I thought so you're breaking up occasionally, and so I wasn't sure if you would just lost service.
I can try to move to another location. Yeah, it's just I'm in a remote area up north near Canada.
Awesome. So how did
you
the
hear me?
capture of Nicolas Maduro significantly benefit the American people? Nope, and you dropped. Okay.
Good call.
I just wanted an answer to that. Guys, all right, we'll just do a quick PSA. If you're new here, be sure to hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. If you like Matt, he's on the panel on TikTok. He is also linked in the live description on YouTube. If I have any mods in Twitch to also type his it's at Politics of Matt into the chat. That would be ever so helpful as well. If you voted for Donald Trump or you are still supporting the Republican Party, please call the number on the screen. We would like to have a conversation with you. You are the group of individuals that I am looking to speak to tonight and just have hopefully a chill conversation, not about Polymarket. Okay. If you can help me regain my train of thought sometimes, let me know how that works. But if you guys can, if you're watching over on TikTok and you haven't already, send your daily heart me in. And don't forget to hit that share button because, y'all, I should not ever be looking at this device and seeing that with 500 people over on TikTok that I have 11 shares.
Boo.
What?
Yes. Also, guys, we should absolutely be over 100,000 likes now. Like, come on.
Yeah. I don't know why we gotta. Oh, man.
Not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, Diva, do I have something for you? Too bad you're in that chat, but I've got something for you. Hold on. They're crying about somehow Donald Trump turned the Democratic Party communist. Diva, I have let me get it. I do have to scroll for a second to grab this. Where is it? You can talk for a second. I'm trying to find this.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, guys, please continue to do, as our friend Eric Ashante says, do all the good things. Do all the good things. And yes, Neely, I have actually been in talks about doing, since the Mad Matt merchandise was successful, we've actually been talking about it. Also just put out a video tonight detailing how much money we raised for the Victory Fund, which is super fun,
Ooh.
super exciting. Really, really proud of you guys. Thank you so much for wanting to get the Mad Matt shirts and mugs and tank tops. That was so fun. We're going to keep those up, and we've been talking about doing a few more, maybe even some ones featuring like a Kermit type thing or something. I don't know, something funny, something fun. Also want to say thank you real quick to Jacob.
Yeah.
for the 2 on the Blue app. It says, makes me want a hot dog real bad. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. So
If I understood the reference. Okay. So this is for whoever I just called out a moment ago. That I already forgot your name. That was saying, like, you let Trump turn the Democrats communist in just 2 short years.
I think I'd be the greatest communist in history.
Hold on. Let me make sure you guys heard that.
I think I'd be the greatest communist in history.
Yo. Hold on, it gets better.
I said to Intel, give the United States of America 10% of your company. Communism is very easy to sell.
Yo. Like,
Intel came in, they had a problem. I said, I can solve your problem, but I want 10% of the company. What's forming is communism in the country. I would be the greatest communist in history. I'd be right up there with Lenin. I think I'd be the greatest communist in history.
I'm just letting y'all know. Like, Donald
Comrade
Trump.
Donald in the house.
Yeah, like, I know you guys don't understand this, right? We are celebrating the fact that Donald Trump is able to buy investments in companies, like take ownership in companies, right? That is literally a form of socialism. Yeah. So everyone, unless you want to prove me wrong, like, so call the number on the screen if you want to prove me wrong. If you are still supporting Donald Trump, you are in support of socialism. Or, as he
You know what
likes to
else is
call
social-
him, the best communist.
Do you know what else is socialism, Ari?
Lots of things. What's that?
You know, the redistribution of wealth with the Trump accounts.
Oh, that is also true because they are coming from private investors.
And so what's happening is that they're giving, if you were born in the whatever that 3-year window, they're giving the money and they're redistributing the wealth, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
Weird. But why don't you call up and tell us how that's not what that is and why that's a good thing, but it's not wealth redistribution somehow. Tell us. Love to know, by the way.
Yeah, like I do you guys not like understand what?
They don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I feel like you guys I feel like you guys are just like really just sitting here, right? The freedom guests get the, oh my God, it's ridiculous. You guys are just sitting here literally just going like, nope, that's not a phone. That's not a phone. There's no phone in front of my face. Absolutely not. You guys, there's no phone there. Like, this is where we're at with you guys, okay? Like, come on. You know what's happening here. But, please call up and tell us why we're wrong. I bet you
Yeah,
can't.
like you guys just truly the misconception that has been built in everyone's mind on what the socioeconomic constructs are is massive, right? And you've allowed them to build it up in your mind without ever actually doing your own research to find out what it actually is, right? So, thanks, Dark. And also, someone else had a 3 stream streak in Twitch, so thank you for that. I'm sorry I missed you. But so much to the point where you don't realize what is actually socialism or actually communism, right? So, Nvidia, Intel, the wealth sharing from the Dells, this is all socialism being ran by the government. You could even go so far almost as to call it Leninism, like Leninism, like Donald Trump said. Because right now, he is in fact modeling this after, this is going to blow y'all's mind, China and Russia. Sorry, the
I'm
USSR.
sorry, Ari. I think what you meant to say was China.
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 I
China.
can't. It's China. I can't do that one. Okay,
China.
it's like when I run my my bit, I really fail at trying to say Iran as the as they say it. I'm like, I can't do it. It hurts to say Iran. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm sorry. What?
When
So
I started playing Flock of Seagulls on my live, when is it like if somebody just keeps saying Iran, I started playing
and
Flock of Seagulls over and over because I can't do it anymore.
away. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Run for Congress. It's not to say I haven't thought about it. I would definitely have to move. So, do you know what's okay?
I don't think I'd pass the vetting. I don't think it'd work. Mm-mm.
I mean, you're gonna be better than a certain someone. There was a reason I never said that I was for that person. I was like, I feel weird. Like, something about it gave me the ick. And so I wasn't dealing with the ick. So you're welcome,
And
cats.
I
It's always
was.
supposed to be in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Anyways.
Oh, man. Oh, that was weird. My TikTok chat just went flying, like it forgot what it was doing. Cool. Trump supporters or Republicans to
Trump
call
supporters.
in. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing good. How old are you for TikTok terms of service?
I'm 18 years old.
Cool. And what's your name?
James,
Awesome. How old were you in 2003?
0. Or nothing. Because I wasn't even alive.
Cool. So what's your date of birth?
2008.
Is that how you give a date of birth?
Oh, like my actual, day?
Yeah.
January 3rd.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What's he done to earn your continued support?
He's making an effort to defund Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, funny. Sorry, not the Supreme Court, but the
I
courts
know,
have
it
already
makes me mad.
ordered. Oh, okay, well, that sounds like a personal problem. Where's the vellum on a woman's body?
The what?
Vellum?
In her external genitalia?
So you've never touched it. Got it.
I don't want to. It's disgusting.
Well, guess what? If your issue is abortion, you're never gonna have to worry about anyone aborting someone because you just said it's just they're disgusting. So great, you'll never touch a woman.
Okay.
Congratulations.
But that's not where the vellum is.
What?
Yeah, the vellum has nothing to do with the genitalia.
Oh, okay. So that was like a trick question. Ask me a real
Yeah,
question.
because people like you always fall for it real easily because you don't know
I bet I
anything
know it.
about. Oh,
I do. Ask me a question.
I mean, I already did. Okay, where's a woman's uvula?
In her throat?
Right next to the vellum, actually.
Really?
Yep.
But I have a bit more of a how about this question? What's a DNC?
Dilation and curettage is a surgical abortion that is done usually before 18 weeks.
Is DNC only used for abortion?
Also miscarriages. So,
Is
yeah,
a
also
DNC
miscarriages.
only used for evacuation of a fetus?
No.
What else is it used for?
A miscarriage. Oh, wait, that's a fetus. I don't know. Enlighten me. Oh, an ectopic. No. Enlighten me. Hello? Hello?
That'll be $20 for your education.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, fine. I'll
Mermaid
super chat you.
RE0. Do
Okay,
it right
I'll
now.
super chat you. Super chat?
Yeah, right now, or it didn't happen.
I don't really want to. Can you just tell me for free?
No.
Well, you believe in socialism, right? Free education?
Oh, no. See, my
Don't you wanna-
labor is not free. You're asking me to do free labor.
Verbal labor?
Free labor.
Can we actually just
Nobody
debate
expects
this?
teachers to work for free. In fact, we think teachers should be paid more, so that's why you should pay.
But I'm the student.
Mm-hmm.
Can we actually just debate, though, instead of doing... Can we debate, though?
Debate what, your lack of education?
What do you mean? I know more than most people, I bet.
You already don't.
I know what a DNC is. I know what a D&E is.
No, you don't. You know the term for a DNC and you know the term for a DNE. You don't know what a DNC is used for. You don't know what a DNE is all used for. And I can already tell that one. You didn't know what all was used for a DNC or what it could cover. You automatically associate it with an abortion when it's not only used for that purpose. In fact, it has many other purposes on a woman's body.
And that's great. Great. What's your point?
That's
What are the
What's your
beginning
point?
stages of a pregnancy? Like start at the very, very, very beginning.
Zygote is what we have first, right? Then we have a embryo, I believe. No, blastocyst. Then we have our embryo. Then we have our fetus.
What's required for it to even become an embryo?
For it to be a zygote. Or no, implantation. Did I pass?
And where does that occur?
In the implantation or conception?
Implantation.
In the uterine line and the endometrium.
Mm.
Yeah. See, I did my homework.
Yeah, you still got it out of order though.
But you have to admit, like, I'm getting there.
No, you're not.
yeah.
So are we
You
going to
just
keep doing
proved
this, or are
that
we
you
going to
can
debate?
Google a couple of things. What you proved you can Google a
Yep.
couple of things. What you didn't prove
Wait,
is your
I'll go on-
actual understanding of it. And when we asked you about
I'll go on
DNC,
FaceTime.
you proved it. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a sentence. What you did prove
Sorry.
is that you don't actually know the non-abortion reasons, say, for something like a DNC. So I don't know why you think that you're qualified to talk about this.
Because we're talking about abortion, not the other medical things that DSE can cover.
Oh, so you think that outlawing the procedure because it's classified as an abortion means that this is not related, huh?
I'm talking about things that end the life of the fetus.
I understand that
I don't
this is
care
what you
how it's
want to
done.
talk about, but I'm asking you, is a DNC classified as an abortion, yes or no?
Yes.
Cool. So if there are other medical procedures that aren't related to the thing that you're talking about, but laws prohibit that medical procedure from taking place, do you think that maybe it's related?
Yeah.
Cool. So then why are you pretending like it's not?
Because I didn't know that.
Well,
I
then
thought we
there
were
you
just outlawing
go. So
abortion.
I'm defaulting back to what I said originally, which is you don't know enough to talk about this subject. Now, is there something else you'd like to talk about?
Just that I think Planned Parenthood's pretty evil.
For
Cool story.
providing free birth control to women that are impoverished, providing free checkups, free checks for
We have
cancer,
how
free.
many Planned Parenthoods are there in America? Do you know? I do. Do you know?
That's a strange thing for an 18-year-old to know who says that women are ill.
900. How many pro-life pregnancy centers that offer the same things
How
besides abortion and gender-affirming care are there? 3,000.
how in love with Nick? How often do you watch Nick Fuentes?
Who is that? Nick Fuentes?
John
I'll look him up.
Julio.
John Julio. Okay, I'll look him up. That appears to be tequila.
You're awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't being serious when I said John Julio. Yeah, so handing out
Oh.
condoms is a bad thing.
Pro-life
They
pregnancy
even
centers do the same
offer
thing.
free natal care.
So do pro-life pregnancy centers, and there's more.
Oh, and there's more. Oh yeah, the people
Ari.
that what's up?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
No,
Please
you're good. Go
continue.
ahead.
I was just gonna ask you a question because I figured you might know the answer to this. Because you're a smart person. What states have the highest rates of teen pregnancy?
Oh, red
Would those
states.
typically
The
be
South.
red states? Oh, they would be red states. That's weird.
Yeah.
And what states have lower rates of teen pregnancy? Would those be the blue states?
Oh, why did he run at that?
Oh, he left. Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him what a Savvy asked a good question, or it suggested a good one. Ask him what a pap smear was. I realized I did my math
Sorry.
wrong earlier, so I had to correct it. And thank you, Mia, for the 10, saying because I love and miss you. Also, TikTok needs to unpack their misogyny and support me more often. So, W Mia, she was gonna
W
point that
Mia.
out. So, and to be clear too, after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, we also saw a significant increase in maternal mortality and fetal mortality in the 14 states that severely restricted access to abortion care. So, yeah, you guys are so pro-life. You're just like, yeah, women can just die and the babies can just die. And I want to see W Mia's in the chat
Absolutely.
for that.
W Mia.
And then also TikTok, all I can say is just internalized misogyny exists even for women, and Mia gave a great suggestion. Unpack that. I know Matt tells you guys this all the time, so to a different degree, not in the way that she just did.
It's true. It's very true.
Belchi, I'm not
Exists.
reading that out loud, but that's kind of funny. That's funny. Yeah, no, they never actually care about life. They only care about making sure the unborn that doesn't have a social security number is born.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. A
Auntie.
DNC has been used for endo care, cancer.
Yep. Uterine and cervical polyps is another thing. I had a family member who had those, and same thing. So if you're gonna talk about this, and then you're going to be like, oh, well, how is that related? It's not just the one thing that you want to talk about. If we're going to limit women's health care, stand 10 toes down and tell us why you want women to die.
Yep.
Okay.
Or like the fallout that y'all don't look at, and Mia made a good point that let's not just be pro-life, be pro-quality of life, right? Is that these abortion bans, what you're doing is you have women, like in the state of Georgia, where at 22 weeks pregnant, they're told that their fetus has a fetal abnormality that makes them incompatible with life, and they now have to travel to Virginia or Washington, D.C. as the closest states, right, that can offer abortion care because the state of Georgia won't terminate the pregnancy because the fetus has a heartbeat. And the doctors can't say how long if it was induced, can't say how long the child would live and suffer for outside of the womb, right? And a parent doesn't want to see that happen. Not some of them will, like some of them will actually go through all of that, right? And kudos to them because that's a lot and I can't even imagine the agony of watching that, right? But you are forcing women to travel across the country, right? Because they're being told that if they are induced and they do give a natural birth or they have a C-section, that's going to endanger them getting pregnant in the future, right? It can affect their fertility. You saw that with, gosh, I can't remember her name, Catherine something out of Texas that had to flee to the state of Colorado because Ken Paxton refused to let her have an abortion in his state, even though she was a Catholic mother of 3, when at 5 kids, was on her 4th pregnancy, and was told that if she carried the fetus that was going to be incompatible with life because it had a fetal abnormality to term. Kate Cox, thank you guys. She could lose her infertility. Then you have Amanda Zarowski, who did lose her fertility in the state of Texas after she was denied abortion care in that state. You have women in Tennessee that have lost their fertility because they were denied abortion care in their state because of fetal abnormality. Women that wanted kids. You guys can look up this anywhere you want. You don't understand what is going on. Jim, you want to call me a liar? I gave you whole fucking names. Look it up your own goddamn self, you lazy asshole, right? So I actually find this really funny right now. My YouTube is so mad that I have figurines behind me.
What?
Yeah. The toys in your room won't hurt you. Like, it's called decorations. Have you heard of them? Oh, wait, your walls are just bare. That explains a lot. Anyways, they're obsessed with things.
If your mattress is on the floor, just say so. Okay, Liam? I mean, okay, you guys. I'm sorry. I mean, never mind.
Male.
I didn't mean it. Anyways, yeah, but also to Terminal in the TikTok chat who keeps saying that Georgia has medical exceptions for the life of the mother. Cool story.
That doesn't
Maybe
help.
you should.
That doesn't
exactly.
help the woman that was 22 weeks pregnant and found out that she had a fetal abnormality because some of the tests don't show until you're at least 21 weeks along. That again, she had to travel to Washington, D.C. to get abortion care, and she was already risking her fertility by waiting as long as it took to get there, and it was all out of pocket. She couldn't even get a referral to get it done. Insurance would not cover it. Like, exactly. You guys don't understand the long-term repercussions of your stance, right? But, oh yeah, Amber Thurman. Yep, Amber Nicole Thurman. Kate Cox was a Trump supporter, yes.
I was just going to say, she was a conservative Trump supporter, and she found out the hard way. And yep. I feel for her. I really do. I mean, you know what? I'm sorry. She just wanted to have a kid. She wanted to, and she deserves health care. Women deserve health care. And I don't care who they are. We can't gatekeep health care. And now what you're seeing is you saw something like a 17% reduction in OBGYNs in Texas last year. We're coming into a healthcare desert because of the fact that these doctors are afraid to practice medicine because they don't want to get charged by the state. They don't want Ken Paxton to turn around and charge them
Oh, no
criminally
worries, Elise.
because they did a medical procedure.
Yep. Ken Paxton said,
That's
no
it.
woman's having an abortion in my state. Like, he said that specifically when Kate Cox wanted to have one. She literally appealed to the Supreme Court on behalf of her fertility. And y'all just don't care. And I know it's making you guys so upset, right? It's okay. I know. Somebody asked a question real quick, and then we do have a caller. Yeah. Jess was actually mentioning Adriana Smith. That's also a very good point, too. Yeah, women are literally incubators to you. Mind you, the kid that called in went like, ew, women are gross. Like, okay, then it shouldn't even be a problem. Oh, Eric, I'm gonna do something for you real quick. So Eric, you can call the number on the screen, and then you can back your stance, right? And I'm going to play something really quickly. Okay.
Do you want someone muted from the chat? Maybe they're spamming, annoying, displaying bot behavior, or maybe they're just a dumb bitch. Well, you can mute them for as little as $5 a day, $20 a week, or $50 a month. Pay links are in the bio.
Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and say that Mia's 10 was actually for 2 mutes. So Lala, please eject Eric for the day. Or Moose, one of you two can eject Eric for the day. Maybe he'll grow a spine and call the number on the screen. I doubt he will.
Doubtful.
You can give him a post-birth abortion, guys. Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 37.
Awesome. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
In a some degree. I don't agree to everything he said or, everything he do, but in some degree.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I've been on the hold for like almost 10 minutes. I don't know what we're talking about. Could you kind of
What are the
refresh the question?
cons of Donald Trump? We'll start there.
Personally, for the last 20 years, it's been a very screw up from every administration. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I'm sorry. Every administration had an issues from a previous administration. We are trying, not we as like the administration, we as a government, as a country, we're trying to resolve every issue possible. But yet every issue would require a timely length to resolve every major problems. Like, for example, why did we went to the Gulf War during the Bush administration? And look at us right now, 20 years later, we're asking the same question. Why are we still doing at the Middle East? Every issues that we currently have, we're blaming on the previous administration. Now we're blaming on the Trump administration when the Bidens have their fuck up, and then Trump have his first election got fucked up, and then Obama got. The Obama administration have their own fuck up. So everybody's are pointing each other's fingers. Like I said, everybody.
So, what are the cons of Donald Trump's administration?
Like I said, when people elected him on the second term, he made empty promises. Like, for example, we're supposed to end conflicts in the Middle East. Guess where we happen?
Okay, so we're writing this down. So
we're very close to what World War III would be assuming to be.
Empty promises.
All right, empty promises.
Okay, what else?
He promised us that the economy is going to get better. All right, some degree, the economy hasn't been improved as much as possible. I mean, there's a slightly decrease of certain things, like my debt has been slowly been removed.
Somewhat. Okay.
And lastly, if he kept his word, we would be in a better position in a social standpoint. instead of like
That just
making,
goes back to empty promises. So we're only
yeah.
at two
Oh.
things.
Well, those are my two major things I can come with, but there's other minor issues. But again, I'll go
Okay.
into
So,
those.
and what are the pros?
He did help out with the veterans and with their benefits.
Helped veteran benefits.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Other than that, just from my standpoint, that's what that's how I see it. Everything else is not my business.
Well, so far, why would you still support him if the pros literally outweigh the cons? There are
Like I
more
said,
cons than pros.
because he's only a one person, he have a whole administration behind him. And then when we have an
Oh,
administration
so he's
that is
not just
split
one
in-
person?
no, it's not one person. It's the whole damn administration. You have the Republican and you have the Democrats. He's only one person. He's elected president. He basically speak on behalf of the whole country. If we have minor issue from the city to the county to the state to all the way to, like, district areas, if we keep our head out of our asses and resolve from our simple standpoint, we will not have a national-wide issues. Like California is doing their own thing. I don't know, Arizona doing their own thing. Texas are doing their own thing. If we're talking about border issues, then why is our own states, individual states with their border, having issue with conflicts when we're having every single similar issues?
What conflicts is
If
California
California's
fighting?
allowing, if California allowing to have sanctuary cities, allowing immigration to come through,
Every state would be allowed to have a sanctuary city. What is a
yes,
sanctuary city?
sanctuary cities, like where people agree to come have immigration and have illegal immigrations taking over what hard-earned
Incorrect.
Americans.
You're already incorrect.
How
Would
is
you
that
like
not
me?
incorrect?
Because that's not what a sanctuary city is. A sanctuary city is
It's to protect
where
immigration.
it's not actually. So it's actually just an agreement of non-cooperation. So I'll explain it to you this way. So there's no federal law, right, that requires states to turn over information to the federal government or DHS
I never said
specifically.
anything about.
Stop. I'm explaining this to you, okay? Thank you. So there is no federal law that requires individual states and municipalities to work directly with the Department of Homeland Security, because it's actually federal law that says that it's up to the Department of Homeland Security to determine whether someone is a citizen or not, right? That's not up to the states. It's literally up to the federal government to determine someone's citizenship status, right? So because of that, right, there is no federal law that says that the states are required to turn over their prison records to the government, right? That would show we have all of these people currently incarcerated at this moment and they're being released by this day. Specifically that, right? So what a sanctuary city is they're saying, hey, if the federal government happens to know that somebody's in our prison that is an undocumented immigrant, or they're an immigrant that violated the law and they spent time in prison because they were convicted, when they're on their release date, we're not holding them past their release date for ICE to get up off their ass and come and grab them. We're releasing them because otherwise that's a violation of their rights guaranteed to them by the United States Constitution, right? So it's a sanctuary city is a policy of non-cooperation is the worst way that you could actually call it, right? Because they're not keeping prisoners past their release date because that would be illegal. And they're not supposed to be detention centers for the Department of Homeland Security. DHS has their own Department of Homeland Security, has their own detention centers. So if they want to put prisoners that have been released, like we just say people that have been convicted, criminals, right? that are being released in their detention centers, well, then they need to go and pick them up the moment that they're out of jail. That's it. That's all a sanctuary city is. You guys just demonized it because you've never looked into what it is. Now, there are some instances where if you look at Chicago, Illinois specifically, they have a ordinance that says their local police officers will not work with DHS.
Yeah, that's the thing. What we're talking about is when
they're not required to.
No. What I'm trying to say is when we have policy on standpoint, we have law enforcement who do not collectively coordinate with each other in a way to the point where there is a division of powers of, okay, you have, like, for example, you have the county versus the city. You have the, how every, I'm trying to get the right words out of my mouth. Like every level of power have their own agendas, but yet everybody else who are not in power gets screwed over because of one, we do not have enough benefit to give everybody what they need. Like, for example,
undocumented immigrants aren't getting any federal benefits.
Now, not that. Benefits like we're talking about SNAPs in California.
Yeah, undocumented immigrants do not get any federal benefits.
Like they're using other people's identities to use the benefits.
That's illegal.
It's literally against the law. Yeah.
I know. But again, people are so loose over here that they just basically do whatever they want, and they're not getting out of it. That's
they're not.
How do you know someone's
you're
illegal?
Just making stuff up.
Yeah, how do you know someone's illegal?
Again, mouth to words. That's what it is. All right?
Mouth to word.
Words to mouth. Okay, I'm sorry.
Is that a statement? Also, there is one part that End Patriarchy wanted me to point out as well about a sanctuary city is that if an individual has been the victim of a crime and the victim of the crime happens to be an illegal immigrant, they can report the crime without fear of being deported. They can report the crime without the fear of being deported simply because of their lack of citizenship status or their lack of status within the United States. So we're making sure that criminals don't go free that violated them in any type of way that made them a victim. So, like, you're literally demonizing stuff that are actually a good thing because we're upholding the United States Constitution. And again, SNAP fraud is very small. It's very minute.
Like for example, the Missouri issues, where the daycare and the Nick Shirley, Minnesota. My bad.
Oh, you mean the daycare center that he went up to that was already like closed, right? Out of business, had been out of business for 2 years. And he's like, look, it's a daycare center. It's locked. This is fraud. They've been closed for 2 years. Oh, wait. And then there's the other one where it didn't open until 2 o'clock. It literally had a sign up there that says we open at 2 o'clock in the video that you weren't paying attention to. And they're like, look at this. This is fraud. We can't get in here. No one's here to answer the phone. Or the fact that he went up to a building, a daycare center with a group of 8 people plus cameramen, and they weren't allowed in because they were children in the building. Children in the building. And they said, yeah, a group of strange men aren't allowed in our building with children. Strange men that don't have children with them are not allowed in my building. Yeah, they're doing so bad. I'm not saying that there was zero fraud, but guess what? All of the people that have been accused of fraud in Minnesota, they all have indictments against them and they're going to court.
Yeah, and caller, when did the fraud get discovered?
The fraud back in July 26th. She was pled guilty for wire fraud and conspiracy, and then not too long ago, the CBS News has promoted that she's been pled guilty. So
That's
what I'm
Amy
trying to
Bach.
say
I'm
is this.
asking I'm asking you a question. When was the fraud first discovered?
Like I said, I do not know the very details, and yet you look before you start saying that I don't have my information. It's simply this: regardless of what we're speaking, okay, there is frauds everywhere. All right, what I'm trying to say, go back to my original statement, is that when there's a misuse of powers, all right, from every city, every level, people doesn't understand that you guys don't come to a conclusion of how can we resolve it. Everybody's pointing fingers at each other. We're trying to cause more issues more
what
issues
you're doing
instead
right
of
now.
resolve.
Got it.
Like what I am
Great.
doing.
So a
I'm
misuse of power would be great. So a misuse of power would be, I don't know, violating the Constitution, right? So how do we rectify multiple violations of the Constitution? Because I agree with you. Great. Agreed. We want to fix that. So how do we fix that? How do we fix when somebody violates the Constitution?
Name one thing. Okay. Fine. Okay. Let's do with this.
Do you want me to name just one? That's kind of hard. But
No.
What's that?
Let's just do one. Let me just do one. Okay. There's a lot of policies out there you want to throw at me. So let's start with one.
I don't need to throw a lot of policies out there at you.
Okay. What I'm trying to say
that
is
when
this,
can you hang on, bud? Slow down. I'm trying to explain something to you, okay? Just take a breath and listen to what I'm saying. We don't have to focus on something specific. What I'm saying is that if a president of the United States is violating the Constitution repeatedly, what's the way to fix that?
All right, so it's not the president.
It's
who's
real simple.
violating
It's
the
one
Constitution.
word. If a president of the United States
Congress.
is violating the Constitution repeatedly, what's the way to fix that? There's one word, and it was built into our Constitution by our founders. What is that called?
Impeachment.
Very good. Thank you. So
But
there you
here's the
go.
thing.
So we agree.
But even with the impeachment, we've done this twice. Well, no, 3 times on the first term of Donald Trump. Okay.
No, we did it twice. Number one, and number two is the problem. The problem here is that you have a group of people who decided that they would put their party over the country in the interest of the country. And so what they did was, even when presented with the evidence that Donald Trump was absolutely doing the thing, they decided to not vote for removal. The second time, of course, the answer that they gave was, well, he's basically out of office because it was the Jan 6 stuff. And so it was just a couple of weeks before he was out of office. And they were like, well, whatever, he's out anyways, instead of simply actually voting and saying we should remove him from office. So in fact, there were senators who literally said that very thing. They were like, yeah, this was really wrong, but he's out now, so forget it. He's probably learned his lesson. So when we say we want to fix the problems, great. Here's a remedy that was put forth in the Constitution by our founding fathers, and now we're just ignoring it because you have a group of people in this country who would rather put their party above their country. That's a problem. That's why it's not a both sides issue like you're trying to paint it.
Again, that's what I'm trying to say is everybody wants to get their own piece of pie of their power. All right, President Trump is only a one person.
You're not listening to what I'm saying or responding to what I'm saying. You're literally just trying to say what you want. I want you to listen and respond to what I just said. You posited to Ari and I that the issue is that you're not listening. You can't talk. You can't talk through what I'm saying if you can't possibly be listening.
If our elective is not doing their jobs, so why do people elected them? Then after that, shouldn't we, the people, like I said, if they're not doing their job, why can we not do our job? Because we're just too scared to do whatever we have to do. All right.
What's our job?
We, the people, as the citizens of the people, we do our voices put our voice up and hear our voices to tell them, is like, hey, we don't like the way they're doing. We,
Yeah. So when's the last? Who's your elected representative in Congress?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not doing your job then. I legitimately don't want to hear it. You're not doing your job then.
What, one person doing the whole nation-wise?
Sir, no, you're not doing your job. Like, do
Okay,
you
all
know
it
why I'm
doesn't matter
asking
what I
that?
do. If I send
No.
a letter, if I
Oh,
send a letter to my congressman, if I send a letter to
why
my
would you send a letter?
councilman,
You can send an email or call them.
it's the same format. I'm sending my voice in either on a transcript or by person. But they don't even do their job. So if I don't have enough voice, if I don't have enough backing or followers that support the idea that, hey, I don't like the way how they do it, you think that one person can do much? I can do all these.
You
Then why would
literally
you?
just said to us that that's exactly what the fuck should be happening. So why would you
Yes.
fucking
Use
say
our
this is
voice.
what should be happening and then go, well, what do you think? One person could do it? What the fuck, dude?
Okay, so what? As a singular person cannot do as much as I'm just a common person here. I don't have any leverage. I don't got myself into one of those. I'm not a CEO of a corporation. I don't have
Neither
a
am
voice
I.
that. I don't
Doesn't
have
mean
a
I
voice of a
don't.
million.
Doesn't mean that I don't know who my representative is over my district and my state. Doesn't mean that I don't know who my
Like I
two
said,
senators
my
are.
district is
And
just a
doesn't
small
me
district.
doesn't mean that no, sir. Every congressional district
all the
has
same.
770,000 people in them thereabouts, or like 720,000 people in them thereabouts. So no, you literally have the same amount of people in your district as does every other district in the entire country that is represented by one of the 435 representatives in the House of Representatives. Sir, no. You are telling us that people need to use their voices and pitch a fit about the people that are in office. Well then, sir, the buck starts with you. Be the representation that you be the person that other people should look to about calling your representatives in Congress. Tell them why they're not doing a good enough job. Tell them that you are going to vote them out of office in order to get someone that is going to do a better job.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
don't actually get involved in civic
there's
engagement.
two
You
sides.
actually
There's me
only
versus them. Okay, if their side is
wow.
more vocals and have more strength in numbers, I'm basically became a percentage of unheard.
Which side? When you say the side, which side are you saying? What are you
Whatever
talking about?
whatever policy that benefit me and my family. All right.
That doesn't make any sense. What?
It
Look.
doesn't. What?
You may
Look,
not
look,
understand.
No, what you said doesn't make any sense. Okay, listen. For example, my representative is Catherine Clark. My senators are Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren. Ari, who's your rep and your senators?
Fucking.
Sorry, I
I
know.
want to say his name is James Patronus. I know. I don't remember his first name, but I know it's fucking Patronus. It's ridiculous,
I know,
and they just call him
Patronus, I know that
Representative
guy.
Patronus. And then I have, unfortunately, Ashley Moody and Rick Scott. So, like, sir, like these
Yeah.
are like this is not hard. If you want to act like you are civically engaged, if you think that people need to use their voice, yeah, Jimmy, thank you, Jimmy. I do, unfortunately,
Jimmy.
Gen X.
Ugh,
If you want
gross.
to, his last name is easy though. It's fucking Harry Potter. Anyways, if you want to tell people to use their voice, be the example you want to see other people do, right? So you need to know who your representatives are. You need to know who your senators are. Call them, tell them to do something about it. And even better yet, if you want to make changes in your state, go to your local town hall meetings. I know I do. Mine happen every 2 weeks. I know exactly when they're happening, and I can go and pitch a fit if I want to, if I'm mad about something there. It's not hard to go and do it. You just choose to be civically unengaged and then try to be up here being like, but the illegal immigrants and SNAP benefits because Nick Shirley told me to be mad.
How old are you, caller? How old are you, caller?
37.
Cool. When was the last time they did a tax increase in your town that you live in?
I'm sorry, the tax increase on what? On like
anything.
Gas
when was
tax.
the last time, like, I don't know, gas tax? They wanted to increase funding for your local schools, for police, fire, anything. When was the last time? Do you know? See, that right there, that silence tells Ari and I, again, just like she was telling you, she nailed it. This is disengagement. You want to sit up here and be on your high horse about all of this. I can tell you exactly when my town did, because we had a tax override just this year, and I had to learn all about where that money was possibly going to go. We can go to the schools, go to our local civic departments, et cetera, and then I had to make a decision. Do I think that my local community needed that extra 2%? And you know what? I did. I voted in favor of. I actually voted in favor of giving our local community extra tax dollars. And you know what? A lot of people are like, oh, you voted to pay extra in taxes? Yes, because I care. I care about my daughter. I care about our neighbors. I care about all of them because I think that our schools deserve better. I think our teachers deserve better. And I want better roads. I want better civic services for everybody. But that was on me to go and learn about that and to find out what's going on. And we got pamphlets about it, et cetera, et cetera. The fact that you're 37 years old and you live in a community and you can't answer that question, do what Ari said and start with your local community and find that shit out, man.
Yep.
Like that's a great place to start.
Knock
that's
on
the problem.
doors, find a
Small
can't
communities does not
find.
affect the whole nation. Like everybody's.
You don't have just
Speaking
a
about
small
President
community.
Trump.
Again, you have the same exact
no.
number of people in your
Like I said,
district than everybody
wanna
else
blame on the
does.
Like
So
I said, you guys
if
want to blame on the
the
big dogs, right?
then
So
get
when
then
we
guess
promote
what?
that,
I kind of
because I
hate
try
this
to fix my
phrase,
community,
but do
doesn't-
some fucking groundwork. Put your boots on the goddamn ground. Put those bootstraps on and pull them all the way up, man. If you want to start seeing changes, then
To
it
what, to
starts
my
with
50s, to my
you.
60s?
Sure, if you want to be that lazy. And also thank you, Duchins, for the make politics boring again. I agree. Like, dude, you don't it's I'm gonna quote Bob here. Shut up already. Mouth to words, just shut up. John, go do what you're telling everyone else to do because it starts with you. Okay?
That's the problem. There's a bunch of us out here.
Cool. If you're going to tell me that we need to get involved and start, being the people that tell our representatives to fucking do shit, then fucking do it yourself. God damn. Also, Neely, thank you for the 5, said chugga chugga.
Also, same for me. Thank you, Neely, starting that train. I think we appreciate that. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
that's what that means.
Neely is running a train on us.
Does anybody have a train gift on TikTok? Because that would be funny. Anyways, that's optional. We just have the schmores up there right now. Matt said choo choo. I didn't read it as that. I thought it was like you were telling me to drink my water.
Choo choo.
I like water.
I just want to point one thing out. The idea that you starting in your local community isn't going to do shit. Why don't you go ask Moms
That's a
for
problem.
Liberty how that worked out? That's Moms for Liberty and the damage that they've done in our local school systems.
Yep.
That's all that they've done. They've started and they've gotten in locally. And you want to know why we're fucked in a bunch of different places? It's because they were like, "Oh yeah, I want to be on the local school board." They go to the meetings and they speak out and they get books banned, or they speak out against particular policies. Like, we don't want that taught in our schools. We don't want this history taught. We don't want this curriculum, blah, blah, blah. That's how it happens. So you can make a huge difference. Don't let anyone tell you that your local politics aren't important.
Yep. Exactly. Like, that is saying things like that is the easiest way to start disenfranchising people and making them feel like their vote doesn't matter, because it absolutely fucking does, right? Like, there's a reason why they're going through the process of trying to be like, these illegal immigrants are voting in the elections, and all of our elections are FRAUD. Oh my God. If we don't pass the SAVE Act, Republicans will never or never win an election again. I don't want to be the last Republican as the president, so you need to pass the SAVE Act. Like, you are disenfranchised. I know, I can't actually be like, my name is Donald Trump. So I have to do the baby voice. It's the best thing I got. Okay. But thank you, Tammy, for the 10. And then also Anonymous, thank you for the 3, said caller needs to grow up or F off. Well, he's F'd off this live. There's that for sure. And we only have $82 left now. That's great. I know you guys can knock it out, but we've got, if you guys are new here, you haven't already hit that follow button or that subscribe button, go ahead and do it now. If you are enjoying Matt, his account is on the panel over on TikTok. Hit that plus sign next to his name. If you are watching on YouTube, it is in the description of the live. And if you are watching on Twitch, if one of my lovely moderators can type, or any one of the viewers can type at Politics with Matt in the Twitch chat, type it now. Go follow or subscribe depending on which platform you are on. And so, hold on. We had For the Mammal from Mytho. Thank you so much. This was for the guy that, lying pig. Trump cut the VA budget infuriates me. Yep. Moose W said, Jesus fucking Christ, caller. How about actually putting the fucking effort into fixing the issues you have with the government, because no one else will do it for you? Exactly the point. Liberty cannot be preserved without a general knowledge among the people. James Madison. I'm Jeff. I would like to live in a country of educated people. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm great, man. I never thought that call would end.
It did.
Okay, are you the mermaid?
The mermaid?
I don't know. That's what it says on your site. Anyway, forget about that. I'm calling. My main intention was to call about the military and our benefits now, and the war in Iran. But after hearing some of the last caller's spiel, I just wanted to say that, state governments or prison systems, that the FBI or the federal government notifies them that they want to pick so-and-so up. And they say, well, yeah, he'll be released at 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. He's being released today. If they release him any later than that day, then you're right. That's a violation of his rights. Mm-hmm. However, they released him at 6 o'clock in the morning, and the Fed show up, or the federal government shows up at 9 o'clock in the morning. The guy's already gone. So that is one problem. The second thing I want to tell you is I'm a 21-year veteran, and under my time in service, I have never seen our readiness of our training budgets cut more under Democratic presidents. I mean, and sometimes I was grateful for that, because I really didn't want to go out to the field and to the range and spend 6 days out in the woods. But it really hurt us, and it really did. Because when you show up to do your job, you need to have that training. And Democrats just want to destroy that. They did destroy it when I was in the service. I'm retired now. I'm 90% disabled. But since Trump came into office, it used to take me, under Clinton, it took me 5 years to get my PTSD. 5 years. Under Obama and Clinton and Biden. It took 6 years, 5 years
Obama
for me to
and Clinton and
finally.
Biden's fault, right?
It took 5 years, homo, to get my fucking benefits finally looked at and an answer and an approval. Okay. Under Trump, when I filed
May
again to get that
13th,
raise,
2026, Army cuts training as
hey, honey,
services short billions of dollars. Army faces a
let me tell
shortfall
you,
of
you can read
between 4 to
whatever
6
you want,
billion
Mermaid, on the
dollars.
CNN news
May
channel. I got
13th,
my training.
2026.
Yeah.
I
And you can
retired
call
in
someone
97,
honey or
darling.
homo or whatever you want, but when the facts are staring you in the face, and
Dude,
you've
who
just
are
been
you?
proven
Who are
wrong,
you? I'm
you look
calling
like
the
a real.
merm. I'm calling
Oh,
Ari. I'm
who
not
am I?
calling you a
Who
homo
am I?
ass.
I'm somebody
You
who
don't
just
want to
called you
listen
a
to me?
fucking moron because you can't read the fucking screen. How about that?
Did you serve a day Did you serve a day for your country in the military?
Oh, God.
I can
One
read.
day.
Can you?
One day. Did you
Can you
serve
read?
one day in the military?
I'm sorry,
did you
sir.
serve
I asked you
one
a
day?
question. Can you read?
Did you serve? I'm asking
Can
you a
you
question.
read?
I'm asking you a question.
Apparently, you
Did
can't
you
read.
serve one day in the military?
If you'll
Tell
answer
me.
my question, I'll
Who-
answer yours. Can you read?
What's your question? Yeah, I can read.
Can you read?
I can
you
read.
see the screen?
Okay, I read
Can
you.
you see the
I
screen?
can read. Now, I
Oh,
answered your question. Now, answer
Now,
mine.
what does
Did
the
you
date
serve
there say?
one
Does it
day?
say May
Did you
13,
serve
20? So
one
Donald
day
Trump's cut
in the armed
$4 to
forces?
$6 billion from training. How much did Joe Biden cut?
More than that, and so did Clinton.
Really? Cool. Then prove it to us right now.
I can prove it to you. I was there. I was there. We
I
didn't
don't
have the
know.
rounds
That's
to go to the
anecdotal.
range to
That's
zero
not
our
proof.
rifles. But
Nope,
you
prove it
didn't
to
answer
us.
my question yet. How many days did you serve in the military?
Waiting
bad.
for you to prove
Just
it to
answer
us.
me. I want a question. I asked a question. I'd like an answer.
After you
How
can
many days?
after you prove it to us.
You served 0 days. I can tell that
I'm
already
waiting for
because
you
you're a
to
Marvin
prove it
Milk
to us.
Toast.
Oh, great.
But
Got it. So
I'll tell
basically
you-
what you're
I'll
saying
t-
is
I'll
that
tell-
you
I'll
have
tell you
zero
this right
evidence
now.
of what you're saying and you can't prove it. Got it. Okay, thanks.
I
Thank you for proving
I
our point.
retired before.
Nice work.
I retired before Trump was president. But when Trump became president, I filed to get an increase to my disability. It was approved in 4 months. It took Clinton almost 4 years plus for me to even
Yep,
get a
thanks,
hearing.
Joe Biden.
So
Yep,
that's
thanks,
my
Joe
question. But you never answered mine, bro. You never answered mine. How many days?
Yeah, I know because you won't.
or
Because you won't
years,
show your work, and
because
you're
you
being
never served.
disingenuous.
You
Because
never
what we've
served
done-
a day.
Yeah, because
You
what
never
you've
served
done,
a
yeah,
day
I'm
in
explaining
your
it to you.
country.
Yeah, I'm explaining
You never
it to
served a day to
Because what
protect
you're
your
doing,
country,
sir,
did you?
yes.
You don't have to
I
explain
know.
it to
I'll
me.
explain it
to
to you.
me.
I know,
Explain to
because-
me. How
because you
many?
won't
How
listen.
long?
Yes,
how
explain.
long did you serve? How long did
Great,
you
I'll
serve?
explain
Don't
it
be
to you.
embarrassed by it.
Great.
We know you didn't
I
serve
won't.
anything.
I'm not
you're
at
a
all,
liberal.
because here's
You're
what I'll
a
explain to you.
you're a
Here's what
liberal
I'll explain.
socialist
If you would
college
stop
educated
talking, I'll
student,
explain it to
and you don't know diddly squat about
I
security of
now
our country.
recognize his
Oh, here
voice. I was
she
trying to
is.
figure out
There's
when,
Ari.
like, the last time
There's
that he
Ari.
called in. And the funny part
Ari.
was
Well,
is that he called
No,
in
I've
with
never
Chris.
called your station. I've
And
never
you
called
did
your
actually.
station.
See, I have this cool
No, actually,
system
I
that
never
tells
did.
me exactly when you last were literally on air specifically, and that was on Saturday, June 27th. So
Sweet
you've
pea. I
called
have
me
never called your
before. You called this
And what was
exact
your answer?
number
If I did, what was your
before
answer then?
when
How long?
Chris
How
was
long did you
also
serve,
on the
Ari?
channel, and he actually wanted to have a conversation with you about the military. Like, he was super excited,
Well,
but you got
I
so
want to have
pissed
I want
off.
to have a
You were
conversation too, but you won't answer. You won't answer
screaming.
one question
You were
about the military.
screaming that I had to mute you so he could talk, and then you hung up because you were obsessed. So,
I'm
like,
a
you were
warrior,
upset.
man. I'm a warrior.
You know
How
what's
long did your
weird,
little
Ari,
homo
is
friend there
that-
serve
is
in the
that doing
service?
any what's weird, Ari, is that when I do any sort of research, since he won't answer the question,
He
every
doesn't.
single year that Joe Biden was in office, he increased the military budget, including training budgets for every single year. And do you know how I know that? Because I can actually go into the office of the
Because it was
Undersecretary of
raped by
Defense, which
Clinton.
is the
Because it was raped
comptroller.
by Clinton.
So basically, what I've done is I've basically done
Can't
a
answer.
simple Google search, and I've proven that he's lying. Now, sir, would you like to show us a
Google,
source that would back
Google
up your
yourself.
claim?
Google yourself.
I
I'll tell
already
you before
did.
I answer
I
another
did,
one of your
since you wouldn't
questions.
show us
Google
a
yourself.
claim.
How long did you serve, or how long did Ari serve? Because we have women in the military
I really
too.
don't know who that
to you,
is.
and no one really
so.
cares.
No,
And
no,
by
you
the way,
didn't
what we're
say.
trying to
You
do
didn't
is we're
say.
trying to. Hey, by the way,
You served
none of us
not. You
care, and
served
no one
0
cares about your
days.
service because that's anecdotal. That's called anecdotal.
All
do you know
you
what the
did
word
was go to.
anecdotal
All
means,
you
or do
did
I
was
need to
you were a
explain that to you,
professional
too?
college. You were a professional
What does the word
college student.
anecdotal mean?
You got
What does the word
you got
anecdotal mean?
brainwashed in school.
What does
You
the
got
word
brainwashed in
anecdotal
school.
mean?
But here I was protecting you growing up as a little punk
Oh,
kid.
okay, I guess
and Ari is a little punk girl.
I guess you're just too stupid to know what the word anecdotal means too.
So, all right, well, bro, answer me the question. How
Well,
long were you in?
Well, bro, no. How
You
much
can't answer
does
because you
the
weren't.
word-
You didn't serve not one day
I've
because you're a
already
pussy.
answered it to you. Now, what does the word anecdotal mean?
You want
can stop
everything
calling me
given
and
to
just
you.
say what the
You
word
want everything
anecdotal
given
means.
to you, like every
Actually,
other
I just found the
Democrat I
best
know.
thing ever. I just found the best
know,
thing
right?
ever.
Ari, how long did you serve, Ari? We got women. We got women in the military,
ever.
Ari. How long
Holy
did you
shit.
serve?
Wait, this is even better.
I
This
know,
is
right?
from.
That's what
I
you
saw
do.
this too.
You all laugh
This is
hysterical,
from
and then you
the
hang up on
Department
people.
of
You're a joke.
War.
You guys are a fucking absolute
DOD
joke. You're a
makes
joke.
plans to reduce discretionary PCS budget by half over the
By
next
half.
5 years. May 30th, 2025, directly from
Jesus,
war.
you don't talk to your husband. You don't talk to your
Holy
wife
shit,
or husband
guys!
like that, do you? My God,
this
you're
is
screeching through my
directly
ear.
from the Department of War. Holy
Let me
shit!
ask,
Well, but
can
wait,
I
wait.
ask
But
on-
they've
on your
guys, it
station,
was
can I ask
only
one-
under the
can I ask one
Democrats'
question?
budgets. You know what I mean?
Can
So
I
just
ask
don't
one
forget that,
question and
guys. It
get
was
an honest
only
answer?
under that Democratic budget. Holy baloney! Oh my
We
god!
got raised under the Democratic budget.
Oh my
I'm telling you, I was
god!
there. You
That came
weren't.
directly
You
from
were
the
milking on
Department
your
of
mama's
War.
tit.
May 30th,
That's right.
2025, under Pete Hegseth,
Hey.
where they're actually cutting
Huh.
budgets.
Ari, if we're going off of if we believe
When
what
you guys are done
veterans
talking
have
to each
say
other,
in
let me
their-
know.
in their first
When you
hand-
want to have a serious
cool.
conversation,
Okay.
Schmo,
We
let
do.
me know.
Because here's the thing: if we believe veterans in their
What do you think?
first-hand
What do you
evidence,
think?
then sir, what I'm
Let's-
sure,
I
sir,
told you- I
if
told
you
you my-
can't stop
I told
talking,
you my
there you go.
personal
So if we
experience
believe
about
veterans in their
filing for my
first-hand evidence,
benefits
I'm
that
sure
I
that this
deserve.
guy is
Let me
incredibly
ask you-
concerned about the
let me ask
fact
you a question
that our
that maybe
Navy
your
was
college
being
educated
served
mind can answer.
literal
Do you
shit
think we are
food
right
while they're
bombing
in Iran, and they're sending messages back home that they're not getting enough to eat. They don't have enough supplies. Now, how did you feel about that when you saw the pictures from our service members who were stationed over in Iran that they're not getting enough food to eat? How did you feel about that?
Well, first of all, my man, they weren't in Iran. I think they were in Bahrain when they said that they had that the army said they had enough protection,
Serving
but
in
the
the
soldiers
war
that got
in
wounded said they
Iran.
weren't.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I should have
The war-
specified
do you
serving in the
support
war in
do you
Iran. My
support
bad.
do
Oh
you
no,
support the
my
war?
bad. I didn't
Do you
realize that
support
I
the
had to be
war in
that
Iran?
specific for you. I thought I guess
Answer
I really should have
answer
spelled
a
it out because
question.
you're kind of fucking
Quit
stupid.
talking over people, man. Do you
Oh, I'm
You've
support
sorry.
been
Am I
doing that the
talking
whole
over you?
time.
No, no.
Do you support the war?
What was
in
that? I
Iran?
can't hear what you're
It's
saying.
actually
What was
it's
that?
actually kind of hard to even not talk over someone who has gish galloped an entire conversation that's made it so that the only thing we could do
But
in
at
fact
least,
was talk over you because you wouldn't stop yapping for man, where's my
at
Yappo
least I'm
meter?
a
Do I have my
veteran.
Yappo
You're
meter
not.
on this
You're
one?
not a veteran. Look, you
I
got a call
don't
from an
have it
honest
on
veteran
here.
right here, and you won't even
But
answer a question. You
Jordan
won't
wants
answer a
to say that
question.
you have obviously never been you've never used your military education benefit. Thank you, Jordan. Heidi
Yeah, I do. I
says
have an
caller
associate's degree.
retired
I know it's
military
not as
97,
good as
plenty of
you,
time to
but
pick himself up by the bootstraps by 2026. He wants his
he
social
doesn't know
safety
nothing about
nets.
boots.
Ooh, goodness me. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
also
He's a,
true. Like, I
this
don't
guy, you
normally
got
like
Jordan.
disparage on people,
Jordan
but
and you are
caller,
both.
can you remind me what
Either one of
oath
you
you
served
swore
in the
when you signed up
military.
for the
That's my
military?
question.
What oath
You
did you
won't
swear?
answer one
You should
question.
be able to answer
You
this
won't answer.
offhand. This you had to repeat it multiple times. What's your oath that you gave to the
I
military?
I joined the army in
What's the
March
oath you
of
gave to the military?
1976.
Cool.
What did you
What oath
do
did
for
you?
your country?
And
What
my
did you do
my
for your
dad could
country?
still reiterate his oath of service to this day by
Nothing.
heart, by memory, with his eyes
You
closed
did
and a
nothing.
blindfold on.
You did nothing.
Repeat your
And what
oath
did
of
Jordan do for
service.
his country?
Repeat your oath of
Did
service.
Jordan carry?
Repeat
Did
your
Jordan
oath of
or you
service.
carry a rifle
Remind me what
and
your oath
protect
of
your
service
family?
was. What oath did you
To
give when
protect
you
the
signed your name on the
Constitution of
dotted
the United
line?
States. To protect my country and the Constitution of the United States.
Nope, that's not the oath you give. I
Yeah, that's
promise
damn
and
sure. Oh, how
swear
do
to
you know? You never
uphold the
took a, you
United
never
States
took a fucking
Constitution
oath.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Foreign and
You are
domestic.
so
All right, same
fucking
thing.
wrong with what you said.
You know,
That's
look,
ridiculous.
I'm
I
a
can't
retired.
believe
Shut the
that
fuck
you
up
wouldn't
and
know.
Can you
You wouldn't
listen?
even know what
Can
your
you
own
listen?
oath was. You say you served.
Bitch, I've been
Sir,
retired for 25
sir,
years.
wow. That's just sad, actually.
Oh.
Like, again,
Mm.
and I know that I actually mixed up my words a little bit, and I acknowledge this fact, but I at least know that last part. That you swear to uphold the Constitution, uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Sir, you voted for somebody that is actively violating articles and amendments of the United States Constitution. The Supreme Court has ruled against him multiple times because he has violated articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, and you still support him, assuming you actually took that oath, which at this point, nobody should believe you because you couldn't even repeat your oath in somebody that, yes, I never served, right? I can honestly say I never served. That's fine. It doesn't hurt me to say that. But somebody that has never served can tell you what your oath was, but you fail at that? Yeah, you didn't. You failed at that. Which I was gonna ask you, how long can you stay over? We got a couple of people that called in.
Oh, I can stay over for a little bit. Also, I want to just point out one thing. You asked what Ari and I have done for our country. I can tell you what we haven't done. We haven't broken our oath where we said that we would uphold those ideals. That we haven't done. And so, quite frankly, that makes you a piece of shit.
Yeah. Toodles. You ran away from Paulie. He really wanted to talk to you the other night. I gotta tell him that he called back. He's like, I've never called you before. Literally, it tells me when you do. Like, there is that is one great thing about this system. Like, here, let me see if I can get this before it deletes itself. But just so everyone can see this, remember, no, it went away. Bitch. Sorry. It does that sometimes where it just goes away. Anyways. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Doing all
Hi.
right.
Awesome. How old are you?
34.
And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I've never supported Donald Trump a day in my life.
Okay. Oh, you had questions. Sorry. Yeah, what's your question? Sorry.
I'm autistic, ADHD, and come from a severely traumatic background, and I don't have a lot of intelligence with a lot of stuff. I'm just wondering how I go about getting involved and researching, like, political stuff so I know I'm not voting for someone who will make things worse.
Yeah. So, one great resource I can recommend to anyone is Ballotpedia. So like Wikipedia, but ballots as the first word, pedia. And if you look up your local district, especially if you know your congressional district, it'll tell you who's all on the ballot because your local elections are going to come up on August 16th. I'm always messing up that date if I'm being honest. Yeah, 18th, my bad. August 18th is when your local elections are going to be. You should also be able to go to your, I don't know if you have the ability to or not, but go to your local tax collector office and you should be able to get a list of all of the candidates that are on the ballot for your local area as well. And then what you want to do is go to their campaign websites, which should just be a Google search with their name and campaign for whichever area they are in. And another thing you can do is if they're currently serving in office, all vote records that they have placed while they've been a local elected official, like with the state legislator, or if they're at the federal level, the federal legislator. That's all public record, and you can find how they voted on issues, and then it's a matter of deciding which issues are important to you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too.
I like questions. Look up Project for the People. Okay, I'll try to remember that, Alexis. And also, Malia said to the last caller, I missed this. Sorry, being a traitor to our nation overrides your service. Ooh. Hi, how are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, I wanted to actually talk about abortion. I think it's a pretty serious issue, and especially in light of the recent overturning of Roe v. Wade, I think it's a relevant topic. So, yep. Hello. Hello. Hmm.
What are the reproductive organs of a woman?
You said, what are the reproductive organs of a woman?
Yep.
I'm like the entire anatomy. I'm not entirely sure. But I don't understand how that's relevant.
What's the other topic you want to talk about?
I want to talk about abortion. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about why it's immoral, even under the circumstances of rape and incest.
Oh, you allow
Yeah,
for no exceptions?
no exceptions. And by the way, this wasn't a stance that I've always had. It's actually a pretty
Woe
recent
is
one.
you. Yeah, who
Yeah.
aborted your child?
He said, "Who aborted my kid?" No one did. No one did. No one has aborted my kid.
When did you find Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
He
good
said,
one.
"When did I find Jesus?"
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Well, I would say I reconnected with Jesus probably like around 2023.
Okay, and what
So I've
denomination
always,
are you?
yeah. Right now, non-denominational, but I am. I'm pretty much right now. I'm split between exploring Catholicism and Orthodoxy, Eastern Orthodoxy. So
Eastern Orthodox. That's cool.
just haven't.
When's the last time you read your Bible cover to cover?
I haven't. I haven't. I have not read the Bible in its entirety. So, yeah.
Have you read the book of Exodus?
Yes, but I can't recall any. I wouldn't be able to recite to you.
That's fine. I'm not
Scripture.
asking you to recite. What is the book of Exodus about?
Well, based on my understanding, from like being a Christian from childhood and kind of like recently getting back into the faith, I do believe it's about. Is it about the Jews exiting from the bonds of slavery under Egypt? Is that correct?
No, it's God giving the laws.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm not entirely sure how this is relevant. Or even how like my faith or anything like that is relevant.
So I ask questions about like if men happen to know any part of like a woman's reproductive system or anything like that, because there's a point that if you're going to speak on it, you should have some modicum of knowledge, at least baseline knowledge of what's going on with that, right?
Yes.
So, but you're totally lacking of it. Can you also, you said, did you say you think abortion is murder?
Yes.
What's the legal definition of murder?
What's the legal definition of
Because it's
murder?
it's a legal term.
I don't have. Yeah, it's a legal term, so I would actually have to look it up to see what the definition, what the actual legal definition of murder is. But based on sort of my amateur legal opinion, because I'm not an attorney, my definition, without looking at the actual Black's Law dictionary or something like that, would actually, my definition would be the unsanctioned taking of someone else's life. That's what I would consider the legal definition of murder is.
No.
And frankly, I'm not even entirely concerned with essentially the legal definition
I am. When you use legal
of murder.
terms, it requires a legal definition, right? So this is
Well,
where
well, murder. Well,
definitions
hold
are
on.
prescriptive and not descriptive when it comes to terms of legality. Because you started off with saying Roe v. Wade was overturned. Well, that was overturning case law. So we're already stepping into the field of legality circumstances, right? So this was your
Yes.
topic. We're going into
Yeah.
legality,
So,
right? So no,
yeah.
murder is actually the unlawful killing of a human being committed with malice aforethought. Please tell me where the malicious aforethought is in an abortion.
Yeah. So I'm not using. So murder can be a legal definition, but it also can
No, you
not
started
be
off
one.
with a
Okay.
legal precedent, which was the
I
overturning
only
of Roe
brought
v.
the
Wade with our judicial
the
system. So you
yeah.
started off on the basis of legality, then you brought up murder, abortion
No.
is murder.
No.
So
No.
we're
No.
going to go ahead and we're utilizing the legal definition. Where is the malice aforethought in an abortion?
Okay. So firstly, the only reason why I mentioned the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and it was in particular its recency,
4
was
years
as a
ago.
basis for it being relevant for discussion. My
It's
argument is
not.
not
It's
based
not
on.
even a reason to support Donald Trump in 2026.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
where
Okay.
is the malice aforethought in an abortion?
That's not the basis
Where
of
is
my
the
argument.
malice aforethought in abortion?
The basis.
Where is
I
the
am.
malice
Okay.
aforethought in
Hold on.
abortion?
Okay. So here's what we'll do, right? So you're mentioning murder, right? You're mentioning murder, the definition of murder. However, there are other
Where is
forms
the
in which
malice aforethought in abortion?
the malice. Well, first of all, as a general concept, like an abortion in of itself doesn't necessitate that there be malicious intent. That's not the point. I already mentioned that I'm not really trying to use
Where
or
is the
cater
malice
to the
aforethought in
legal
abortion?
definition of murder. You said, where is it? I've already answered your question. I already said that it's not applicable because
It
the
is.
concept of
You
abortion,
said it's
generally
murder.
speaking,
You
doesn't
said it's murder. It
necessitate
is a
murder.
legal
A
term.
perfect
It is a
example
legal
of
term.
this.
It is a
Hold on,
legal
hold on.
term. I'm sorry that it's
Okay, I
not fitting
understand. I
your
understand it's a
narrative, but the fact is,
I
abortion
understand
is
it's
a legal
term.
term and it has
Okay.
a very specific prescriptive definition of murder, which requires malice aforethought. So where is the malice aforethought in abortion?
What I'm referring to, by the way, you can look this up in the Webster's dictionary. Murder, okay,
I don't care
murder
about the
is
colloquial definition of murder.
it's not a
Murder
colloquial
is
definition.
it
It's
is a
formal
colloquial definition. Again,
and
I
here's the
don't
here's
think
the
you
thing.
understand the difference between you're the one who brought up Roe v. Wade in being overturned in June of 2022 as still being referenced. Define malice aforethought.
I for one, I don't really like. For me, the idea. By the way, you're the one who brought up murder. That's not necessarily the core of my argument. Like it's effectively a straw man because I'm not making my
so
argument
abortion
on the
isn't.
basis
Okay, so
of it being
abortion
murder.
isn't murder. So abortion isn't
I'm not.
murder. Okay, good.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying in general, based on the legal definition, there are cases where an abortion could happen and it could not meet the legal definition of murder. But that's not the basis of my argument. If you would let me get to my argument, I would love that.
So abortion isn't murder.
It's not on the basis. It's not on the basis. It's not.
So
it's
you
not on the
would,
basis
so
of the
in that
definition.
case, in order to move on, you would concede that abortion is not murder in any circumstances whatsoever.
No.
Okay, so great.
That's not
Define
the case.
malice aforethought. Define malice aforethought. If you want to contend that, if you want to continue to stand on the premise and not concede that abortion is not murder, and you want to continue to say abortion is murder, again, you started this off on legality terms with case precedent, then
So,
what?
okay,
Define
if you
malice
want to,
aforethought
if
and
you
then
want to,
identify it within an abortion.
oh, perfect. Okay, if you want to do that, if you want to go into the highly theoretical realm here of
It's not
the
theoretical, it's a definition that is prescriptive per the law.
Technically, are there cases where abortion can be murder? Yes. Someone could literally, you could have some psychos who are like, hey, we're gonna form a cult, we're all gonna get pregnant, we're all gonna abort our babies and send them straight, yes, technically you could have a malicious
Where
intent
is
to
the
deliberately
malice
get pregnant.
aforethought in abortion? Or define it for
I
me.
just
Can you
gave
define
you, I
that?
just gave
No,
you, I just
sorry,
gave you an
sorry,
example.
that's a hypothetical. That's an example. I don't know if you realize this, but an example is not a definition. So we'll try this again. Define malice aforethought.
I understand.
Define malice
What you're
aforethought.
saying, an abortion.
Define malice aforethought. See, I don't know why people think that when you're asked for a definition, you give an example. Those are not the same things. So define it.
A malicious, based on the definition here, is a deliberate addition or alteration, or a deliberate addition or alteration made to a story, accusation, or legal claim with the sole intention of causing harm, seeking revenge, or framing someone. So by this very definition, an abortion, in the same way as shooting someone, and in the same way as stabbing someone, those are all violent actions that could fit the definition per Google and Webster.
That's not the definition of malice aforethought.
Well then give, I've supplied, do you want me to?
Sure.
What is the source of the definition that you're using then? Black's Law? Is it Webster? What definition of
People's Law Dictionary, I hope that helps. The conscious intent to cause death or great bodily harm to another person before a person commits the crime. Such malice is a required element to prove first-degree murder, a general evil and depraved state of mind in which the person is unconcerned for the lives of others. Thus, if a person uses a gun to hold up a bank and an innocent bystander is killed in a shootout with police, there is malice aforethought. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
or you can
And
also
so
say
by-
it's the
we could
intent
think
to
of-
kill, the intent to cause great bodily injury, or acting with wanton disregard for life, aka depraved mind. So again, I'm
Okay.
waiting where
And
that
you
is
can't-
within the definition of murder. Where does that apply to abortion?
So you or the definition that you gave supplied a supplemental example to illustrate the definition.
No, that was
So
just how
I
it's
just gave you-
applied when a bystander is killed. Depraved mind
said a-
in that case. I understand you don't understand the difference. It's
So
all right, I guess.
so what you're essentially saying is under no circumstances could an abortion be initiated by someone with a depraved mind with malicious afterthought.
Where is the malicious
this-
afterthought? Like, you're not telling me how it would apply to an abortion.
So essentially, are you granting now that I can use illustrations to help or examples to help illustrate the definition?
Yeah, if you're using
Are you
something that's
granting that
actually
now?
rooted within reality.
Yes.
I understand you don't like operating within reality.
Well, what do you mean within reality? The reality of the fact is that there are people who do things of an extreme level of depravity, and that's very much a reality. People who go around and shoot people who have no intention of securing an economic gain, like robbing a bank. There are people who just want to go out there and shoot kids. That is insane, right? But it's part of our reality. It also is part of the reality that there are people out there who, for example, maybe this happens where they get pregnant by a guy, he doesn't want to be with her, and as a means of getting back at him, she aborts the baby. Like that's a reality of life.
That's not
So
malicious afterthought. I don't think you understand
How is
this
it
at
not
all.
how is it not how was the example that I just described, how does it not fit within a rational person's mind as being a malicious afterthought? And that's, by the way, that's the second example that I gave you, and that example is a more realistic example than the first. So I'm not entirely sure. So I'd like to move on away from essentially the straw man sub-arguments and move to our actual argument. I'd like to move to my actual argument, which is that
He just doesn't like having to defend his whole point because he won't concede that abortion is not murder. So yeah. So yeah, so we'll put it to you this way. You've been provided the elements for murder, mens rea and actus reus. Now provide your application to abortion.
You mean guilty mind and guilty action? I already supplied that in both the former example and the latter one of the vengeful.
Yeah, your first example is not rooted within reality because that's never happened. So I don't care about that.
Then it's a moot point. You can grant you that. Feel free.
It's not rooted in reality.
Okay, that's okay. For the sake of moving on, I will concede.
Abortion is not murder.
We'll explain to. Okay, well, all right. If you want to say that, that's fine. But
that is the concession that is necessary. Abortion is not murder.
You said abortion is not murder.
Is the concession that you have to.
It's ultimately irrelevant because it's not my argument. I am literally.
So abortion is not murder, correct? Yes or no?
My argument.
Abortion is not murder. That's not what we're asking. Is abortion murder?
Every cookie is a chocolate chip. That's essentially what we're saying.
Is abortion murder?
My argument is not.
Is abortion murder?
Of course it can be. Of course.
Oh, okay. So then we're not moving on. Apply the malice aforethought to abortion. Be specific. I already outlined this. I already gave you my boundary here. Apply it or concede and say with your own mouth, abortion is not murder and has never been murder and will never be murder.
I literally just broke it down. I literally broke down.
You didn't. Your example was, so for everyone that didn't hear it was, well, if a woman got pregnant and the man left her and she decided to get back at him, have an abortion, that's malice aforethought. Did I steel man your position on that example you gave well enough for you?
Yes.
Where's the malice aforethought?
You said, where's the malice aforethought?
Yes, apply it correctly.
Based on which death? Okay, I'm looking at this source.
Here, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help, dude. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out because you are failing so hard here. I'm gonna help you out. Okay?
Sure. Go.
What does malice mean? Malice means bad intent, right? Like that's what it means, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Wonderful. There we go. Bad intent. Guess what? An abortion, by definition, is meant to be safe medical care. That is the literal definition of what an abortion is. So, you cannot have malice aforethought with an abortion because it is literally safe medical care. It does not fit the legal definition of malice. Do you understand?
First of all, okay, if we're going to use your definition, not now, but
it's
later,
not
I'd
my
love
definition. You keep saying your definition, your definition, your definition. These are the legal definitions of the words that we're using. Then
what's your source for what an abortion is? What's your source for what an abortion is? Where are you getting? Are you getting that from
medical?
Are you getting it?
That is the medical definition of an abortion. It is a safe piece of medical care.
From which authoritative source can I go to find your definition?
To find the definition of what an abortion is?
Yeah, you're saying it's medical.
Do you not understand that? You don't understand what an abortion is?
You're saying, well, our definitions are clearly different, and I'm trying to reconcile, and the best way that we can reconcile is through a neutral, authoritative source of the definition, because that is, I've never heard that definition of abortion. So supply.
Yeah.
So
Okay. How about Yale? How about Yale Medicine? Does that work for you?
read the
Go to Yale
definition
Medicine.
supplied by. Read the definition.
Abortion is the
supplied by
termination
Yale.
of a pregnancy before the fetus can survive outside of the uterus.
Okay, that says there is nothing there. that
It can
includes a
occur
qualifier of
spontaneously,
safe.
known as
There's nothing-
miscarriage, or it can be induced intentionally through medical or surgical procedures. So, if that's the case, if you're doing a medical or surgical procedure, it literally fits the definition of what I just said. Thanks for coming to
No,
my
it
TED
doesn't. Your
Talk. So now that
qualifier
we've
says
established...
safe.
Oh, I'm
Your-
so
your-
sorry.
your
So what you're
qualifier
saying,
says
sir,
safe.
so what you're saying, sir, so what you're saying, just so I'm clear,
Yeah.
is that when we're talking about a medical or surgical procedure, they're not inherently meant to be safe to help the person?
They're meant to achieve an outcome.
Bro,
I'll
just
respond.
take the
Yeah,
respond.
the
I'll
medical
respond.
procedure. Hey, I'm gonna help you out,
I'll
James.
respond.
I'm gonna help you
Can I-
out,
can I
James. The
respond?
medical
Can I
procedure
respond?
wins the
Can I
outcome
respond?
by the fact that it's terminating the pregnancy prior to viability.
the
So
outcome-
yes, that is the outcome. And I'm just gonna let you know. Bishop said, "Fuck all the way off." He didn't say that because he would never say fuck, but get all the way the fuck out of here. I'm not quoting him verbatim. You are a brick wall that is hurting his legal mind. So we're done with you. Okay. And that clears the rest of the goal. So W Bishop for clearing the rest of the goal, saying this guy's, and that's, he's the one, like Bishop was asking him to define. I can't say it. I literally suck at saying it, apparently. Malice aforethought. It feels weird.
Aforethought.
Aforethought.
I know.
Aforethought?
It's a
Okay,
weird. It's
sorry.
a weird
Aforethought.
word. No, listen. It's a weird word.
Aforethought. I have to think about it differently. I have to break it up now. And Bishop tried to, and I'm like, I don't know. I've always been saying it afterthought. My bad.
No, I mean, I
Aforethought.
think you could say it. I think you could say it either way. I think you could say. But I think the only problem with saying it that way, maybe maybe you could confuse it with the word afterthought, but that's not what you were saying. But
Yeah.
still, like the whole point is he did not understand that the basics of that, which is again at its simplest root, which Ari was like, again, that was a masterclass right there. But basically just malice means you're going to do something bad. And abortion, by every medical definition, is a medical or surgical procedure. That is not something meant to do harm.
Nope.
So it cannot be malicious. That's not what that is. So you cannot put those two things together. Come on.
Nope, you can't. And Christian, the dude on the bottom is Matt. That's how she put it. I thought that was funny. Sorry, that's how they put it. I don't ever so bad at. Did I read the name right? I messed up. Yeah,
here.
it's right next to it's Matt right there on the bottom corner. So yeah, that's not, guys. I know shit's hard, right? And I know YouTube's like so mad that we're saying it's not murder because you don't understand anything. And then even Saigo wants to say only 18% are medically necessary. No, actually, the other percentage that you're talking about, they refuse to answer the survey. Do you guys see how you never actually read? Right? Like there was an option on the paper where they could list their exact reason why they were obtaining an abortion, or they could refuse to give their exact reason. And you are saying that the percentage that refused to give an exact reason means that it was unnecessary in your opinion. Well, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there is this also an idea. I'm going to put this out there for you guys. Abortion is self-defense. It's self-defense. Okay? We'll help you out. We'll help you out with this one. Okay. I cannot agree beforehand to a biological process, right? So when the biological process starts, me getting treatment for cancer is also self-defense in my reasoning to live. Since I cannot consent to a biological process known as pregnancy, right? Because just being alive is the act that can cause cancer. Cool. It is self-defense because I am doing it in order to preserve myself as the way I am now. Or for some people, being pregnant can literally kill them. Look at Adriana Smith in Georgia, who is then used as an incubator. She literally threw a blood clot and was declared brain dead because her pregnancy killed her. Having access to an abortion could have saved her life in the state of Georgia. Could have saved her life. But y'all never care about the mother, so.
Pro-life all the way up until, you got to take care of that baby or save the mom or anything like that. It's so fucking performative, you assholes. Fuck
Amber
off.
Nicole Thurman, Candy Miller, who ordered the mifepristone and mifepristol in order to obtain a medical abortion because she was told that if she ever got pregnant again, she would literally die. She wouldn't go to her own doctor, so she ordered the medicine online, and then she died in her home due to complications of the medicine and the fetal tissue not evacuating fully because... Oh, Daisy. After that, you can fuck all the way off. Like, all the way off. I don't need you in here ever again. Because of the laws that were in place against abortion. Something that literally would kill her. It happened. Y'all never care, especially when it's Black women. You guys literally never care. Because did you guys even notice that I only name Black women? No, none of y'all did except for the women that know, or the men that know of the names that I'm saying. So we have a couple of things to catch up on. Caller. Oh, wait. Why did it like reset all of these actually? In New York, men don't take kindly to creeps sticking their nose into the private medical matters of our female family, friends, and neighbors. Exactly. Moose said, what degree/defended thesis or peer-reviewed paper on abortion has he done that qualifies him to discuss abortion? If nothing, then he has nothing to... Yeah, exactly. If none, he has nothing to stand on. Bishop was giving legal advice to help push this guy along. How far will this guy go to find out more about what your wife does with her uterus? Let's keep an eye on those creeps. Exactly. See, Bishop was saying, like, do it correctly, man. You still weren't doing it. Is true. I would not have had that word. It's okay. It's cool. Dream, thank you so much for the $9.99 for Cutie Safari. I bet you anything these anti-abortion bros were the ones sympathizing for Bear from the Obsession movie. Oh, probably. More than likely. They probably were also sympathizing with the main character in You. The Netflix show You. And Daddy and Caddy, since that is your unfortunate weird username, if you want me to read anything, you're gonna have to do more than $2. It's a $10. I only thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. But I'm not putting that on screen, and nor am I reading it out loud. Sorry, my bad, Bishop. I'm not giving legal advice. I mean, you didn't advise me to not hurt. The only legal advice I'll give you guys is don't commit a crime.
Call 1-800-ARI for your legal advice. Only $5.99 a minute.
Thick comes in and says, do crimes. No, that's not good legal advice. Good legal advice is don't do crimes. No. Yeah, don't do crimes. What are you even talking about? That's the best. That's the only legal advice that should be done. Don't do crimes.
My only legal advice is if you see someone stealing food, no, you didn't.
That's also a thing. Don't talk to cops. That's also a good one. Invoke your Fifth Amendment rights and your right to to counsel under. Also, gave me a heart attack there. Yeah, just say don't do crimes. Okay.
Don't do crimes.
Well, that lagged out for a second. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to follow Matt. His account is on the panel on TikTok. His link is in the description on YouTube, and I'm going to @ him in the Twitch chat for you guys. And then Luca wants to say, I'm sorry, I did a thing. He said, now the liberals don't want me to commit crimes. I know, right? I didn't hit enter. That's funny. That's true. Don't commit crimes. Okay. At least, listen, we'll be very clear, guys. If nothing else, right? The Democrats at least showed that rape was a deal breaker for them, unlike the Republican Party. So, y'all doing great.
Deal breaker.
It is a deal breaker, but not for you. What, Bishop? You'll have to tell me a better way to say that. But no, I didn't. Bishop gave no legal advice. But I'm gonna end so Matt can go start his own show. He'll be live in 28-ish minutes. So be on the lookout. Have a bolo out for Matt. If y'all didn't know that that's what that meant. And for all of you anti-abortion, pro-birthers, at least know a woman's body parts before you call in. Have some kind of modicum of knowledge if you want to try to restrict a woman's body. That's also why I ask these things. But you never do. And the only one who did thought that a certain part was the back of a woman's throat, not the uvula, but this squishy part up at the top of your mouth towards the back, right before the uvula.
Don't with the hand, maybe.
That's why I just here.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Just saying.
I'm not gonna. Anyways,
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help.
Here. Okay, it's inside. Okay, it's inside here. Okay. The soft palate of your mouth. Do y'all know what that means? But did you guys see Belgium do the Trump dance?
That was amazing. Can I just say that I really like the minute that I found
sorry,
that
guys.
minute I heard that shit was happening with Balogun, I was like, we're fucked. I just got the whole thing immediately had a bad vibe. And I gotta be honest, like I talked to our friend British Eric about this, who's obviously a big soccer/football fan. And I was like, what a way to erase all of this fucking goodwill. People were coming to America and like enjoying like mingling with Americans, and like we were like there was connections being made, and it was kind of like superseding the political stuff, and it was just like what a way to fucking destroy all of that fucking goodwill that we had and taint a great World Cup win and the whole thing. God damn it. Fuck that guy. So much. That is adorable.
But just remember, hey, you're supposed to stay up. Okay. But just remember, he knows his sports, but he doesn't know what a red card is. And if Belgium wins, they cheated.
They cheated. If Belgium wins, they cheated.
Yeah.
before
David,
we
this
go,
is you, by the way. This is you right now in my chat. Because
Oh, I bet it is. Dang it. Before we go, I just want to say thank you so much to Ari for having me. I can't wait to do it again. Ari is one of my absolute favorites. She was one of my first favorite debaters to follow, and she's always been one of my biggest helps here on TikTok since I got started. So I love Ari very, very much, and I'm so glad that she wanted me to co-host. I can't wait to do it again. W's for Ari. Close out the rest of her gift goal and do all the things, and you know, glad you guys helped out with the vet fund and everything like that. So can't wait to do it again, friends. It's gonna be fun.
yes, because now I can pay for her work today. So I appreciate you guys. And if this is the first time you're seeing me, do better. Like, why? I'm kidding. More plushie appearances, Andrea. I mean, you can just do like $1 a day. That's fine. Anyways, I love my plushie. Okay, I'm ending it on YouTube and Twitch. Y'all go wherever you want. He's back on live in 14 minutes. Link is in the description.